Hey, what's up, guys? You can follow the podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube by looking up the Cool Kids Table Podcast, and on Twitter, the Cool Kids Pod. Some pretty cool news this week. Just got added to the iHeartRadio app, the radio.com app, and the Radio Public app. So those are three different ventures. Not ventures, I guess, but three different destinations where you can find us. It makes it easier. You know, a lot of people said they had a few issues with some of the sites or the apps they were using. So there, it's cool because it's like as soon as I publish, they're there. So there's no waiting around for a few hours or whatever the case is. So that's pretty cool. That being said, okay, and the website for the podcast is thecoolkidstablepodcast.com. Okay, my guest today is my fantasy sports rival. I'm glad he joined that football league I'm in because it gives me another opportunity to beat him. Great dad, great husband, great person. One of my dearest friends. I've known this guy since 7th grade. We lose touch from time to time for a few months, for a few years, and then when we see each other or when we communicate, we pick up right where we left off. I mean, we always trash talk during fantasy sports season, so it's not like we lose touch, but, you know, might not see him for a while. This is the guy that introduced me to the game of golf. Became a big part of my life for a while, so that, you know, I had to thank him for that. Great dude. One of fucking, even though we don't see eye to eye on everything, we're very similar, like in a lot of ways, you know? And so it's kind of cool to have conflicting views. You know, you get the other person's side of view, and I'm not trying to change his mind, and I know he's not trying to change my mind. We're just having a discussion, and that's one thing I love about him. He's very open-minded, willing to hear you out, willing to listen, as well as, you know, give you his side. And it's very cool. It does get a little real at the end, like a little too real even for me. I'm like, damn, this shit was real. But it was nice because, you know, that's my dog, and that's somebody that I could talk to like that, get into those subjects that, you know, kind of people are like, I don't really like talking like that. I don't like having those conversations. But, you know, that's one of the things about this project. It's with those people, I'm willing to go that extra little further, share those stories that I don't think I've shared some of these stories with some people just because, you know, then I don't know. It's kind of weird now throwing it out there and letting everybody listen to it. But it's just, you know, that was good to be expected when I started this project. But, man, I'm very comfortable with him. So right off the bat, you'll see, like, our chemistry. And known this guy since 7th grade, so that's like 20-something years now, I think. So it's like, it's all love, man. Love this guy. It's a great episode. Hope you enjoy. Hello and welcome to the Cool Kids Table Podcast. My guest today is Ozzie Mork. Ozzie, what's up?
What's up, Hector? Thanks for coming. I know it's super late, but...
No, man, thank you for having me. Thank you for feeding me.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
How do you liking the beers?
They're good. Surprisingly good. Very strong, and I'm already feeling it for some reason.
That's nice. Yeah, I was surprised you said you never had an IPA.
Yeah. Actually, I was lying, because I did have one before, which was the other one you brought.
Lagunitas IPA?
Yeah.
Yeah, so. I just did a little, I didn't want to overdo it, so I was like, I'll grab a couple of different ones, see what he likes. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I was talking to your kids. Oh, they're awesome, man. You got 3 boys and 1 girl. Girl came last for the listeners. How is that different? Or how is it different?
Very, very different. So... the boys are the boys, you know, you can be like rough with them and, you know, throw them across the living room, throw them on the couch and they're fine. And they're boys, they're rough, but the girl's just like super precious little flower that you just got to carry around, and it's just different. So, I don't know, they're just...
That's awesome, man. I got a little girl myself, so yeah, I know that feeling.
They need a lot of attention, so... Yeah, she has me wrapped around her finger.
That's
for
beautiful,
sure.
Yeah, same.
She's the boss, for sure. Even the boys. Like, she'll boss them around. EJ, middle child, so Eli's my oldest. EJ's the middle child. Ethan is my baby boy, and then Eliana is the baby. So her favorite's EJ, which is her knight in shining armor. So anything she needs, she'll be like, EJ, EJ. She wants strawberries, he'll go cut them up for her. Gets her off the bed in the morning. Gets her some cereal in the morning. That's like that's her big brother.
That's awesome, man.
He's gonna protect her for sure.
That's cool. And I mean, I saw. He's on the All-Star team. How's that? Like what you were telling me, you wake up. You have to be at the park at 8 a.m. So, like, no days off, right?
Yeah, no, not right now. So, we just finished the regular season, which didn't go our way. So that was like the first year that, like, during where I've been coaching, you know, we had the best team, probably the best team I've ever had, talent-wise, but they just didn't come together. There's no consistency. There's no camaraderie. Everyone was out for themselves. So that was rough, but then we just went into All-Stars 3 weeks ago. So this past weekend was the third tournament. And kind of the same thing. Really talented kids. They're getting along, which is good, but just no leadership yet. So, like, I pulled 3 aside the other day and I said, hey, who do you guys think the leaders are of the team? And they just looked at each other and they're all giggling because they're 10 years old. And then they're all, us? And I'm like, that's right. I'm like, so if you guys mess around, what's going to happen? They're going to mess around? I'm like, all right, so if you guys start taking it serious and want to win, what are they going to want to do? Like, how are they going to react to you? And they're all, I don't know. And then so I was just like, no, they're going to want to win. You guys need to step up as leaders. Like, moving forward, you guys need to lead your team, lead by example. I'm like, and we're going to start winning. Like, because we've lost a couple games, like close games. They just don't know how to come together and battle back. Like, they'll get down and they're down and that's it. They lose. There's no fight. So, trying to work with them on that. But on this team, I'm just like an assistant coach. Like, I've been the main manager before. With shout out to Rudy and Roy. They're my assistant coaches. So, you know, that takes a lot of commitment, especially for Rudy. Like, he helps out with his nieces and his goddaughter, and he was also helping us out.
So
like,
2 teams.
2 teams, yeah. And he didn't even have a kid in our team, and he would make it there. So, yeah, Rudy, just super solid dude. Roy would make it out there, too, and just help us out when I was a manager. But yeah, getting sidetracked off that.
Their tangents, man. Just
yeah.
go on them. Go on them.
Yeah, so, I'm just super appreciated that when they were there because I know how hard it is, like, you know, when you're a manager. And now that I'm an assistant coach, you know, I try to be the right-hand man and, you know, help them out with whatever. And then, like, we were talking, I'm wearing a Braves hat right now.
Woo woo.
That was for Hector. I'm a Dodger fan, as everyone knows. But yeah, no, Eli's been on the Braves because his coach, Coach John, he's a Braves fan, and he's been the main manager and I've been the assistant manager. But you know, I know what it takes to be a manager, so then that's why I try to come in and help as much as I can as the assistant. But I'm a different kind of coach than
he is.
Yeah, so like Wilson, like
yeah.
Wilson's probably like the greatest coach ever, but. Yeah, so I bring the more inspirational, rah-rah, get the best out of the kids, you know, inspire them. And then Coach John is just more discipline. Yeah, discipline, stop messing around, you know, keeps them in line, which is a good balance.
Yin to the yang.
Yeah, so we make a good team. He's also his son is on the All-Stars as well. So he's on the coaching staff. There's 5 of us. But yeah, so I just pull those kids aside and tell them, hey, this is what it takes to be a leader. This is what's going to make the team go. So, what kind of sucks is they're only together for the All-Stars, and that's it.
Oh, so it's like the dream team, but only for
the
Olympics.
Yeah, so which is way different from Little League. Like, All-Stars, like, you know, Amani Eastern, me and Ernie, and the other Ernie, Robert Ramirez, you know, were there, and, you know, they would make the All-Stars. They're way better than I was, so I came super late. But, you know, in Little League, you just play TOC.
Right there, perfect.
All right, you play TOC or All-Stars, and then you're done. Like here, we play three tournaments, which is like travel ball tournaments, pretty much all-star tournaments, quote unquote. And then you have regionals, so that's pretty much what you're prepping for. So just super crazy, different. All the tournaments are just like both days. Memorial Day weekend is a 3-day tournament, so nonstop.
That's awesome. And as an outsider looking in, do you think, not ego, but do you think that starts to come into play? You say they don't really take it as serious. It's like you said they were looking out for themselves. You think it's finally being like, oh, well, I'm the good one. I don't really got to put that much effort because, you guys are trying to get to my level. Or is it too young just to...
they're just kids.
They're not, yeah.
And we got to teach them. That's what coaches do. So
they're probably not too happy about being up that early on a weekend.
Yeah. No, they just do what their parents tell them to do at this point. But, just thinking of a younger mentality, the first time I ever heard the word adversity was from Wilson.
Yeah.
So I was just like, adversity? He's like, yeah, when you get punched in the mouth, what are you going to do? How are you going to react? Are you going to fold and, pack it up and give up? Or are you going to fight back? You guys going to pull together, cheer for each other, come back? So it's kind of that. You got to start giving them, the tools and everything at an earlier age. So that way when they get to high school, it's dude, these kids are prepared. They've already been through it. So now, come high school, they're really going to shine to, they're not going to make the pros right now. Right now, really, all you're preparing them is for high school. Hopefully
know the basic fundamentals.
Yeah. So it's
situational baseball.
I was a 10U World Series champ. There's 50, 60, 100 people that can say that, but it doesn't matter. They're going to find out what you did in high school, what you did in college. So you're just getting them prepared for high school. So just kind of teaching them that. Getting them advanced, so that way when they already know what to do. They already know each other. All these kids, so we're at Charter Oak, Pony. Most of those kids are going to stay together. So they're either some are going to go to Northview, some are going to go to Charter Oak. Most likely Charter Oak because it's right across the street. So, if we build a foundation now, imagine how good they're going to be.
Yeah.
Because travel ball here is legit. Peter Lambert. San Dimas made his major league debut. Did I send you? No. He's from San Dimas. 22-year-old kid. Just graduated 2015. Made his major league debut on Thursday against the Cubs. First win. First major league hit. 10 Ks. I think 1 walk. So,
damn.
22 years old. From San Dimas. Down the street. So, it's legit.
It's doable. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The dream is there.
Well, here, for my son, I don't know. Well, I was talking about that today with Erica, but there's a lot of talent around here. Orange County, those travel ball programs are just other level kids. We went to a tournament in Fountain Valley, and we have a small scrappy team, which is very familiar. This team reminds me of us. We're just a small team that does the little things right. Right now, they're just making a ton of mistakes and beating themselves. So once they clean that up, they're going to be good. But they're playing against travel ball teams like Tustin, in which we did really good. I think we lost 7-4, which was a really good game. But there's kids in center field making diving catches, just
10 years
legit
old.
Kids, yeah, as big as you and I at 9 and 10 years old. So but competing, getting them ready for high school again, that's where it's going to really count. But yeah, dude, it's crazy. SGV Arsenal, there's a bunch of travel ball around here in that SGV Arsenal program. A lot of the kids go to South Hills, and a lot of kids get drafted from South Hills.
That's where the Giambis went. Jeremy and Jason Giambi came out of.
Yeah. There's another kid from Almani, actually, but he played out here and he got drafted. I can't remember his name, but he got drafted by the Dodgers. He's a shortstop. So I think he's related to the Cabreras. Remember Danielle and Chazelle? Because her son plays at the park as well. So I think they're related. I think it's their cousin or something. But it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's very attainable, especially around here. Not saying it's not attainable anywhere else, but it's big time. It's big.
The foundation is there.
So the commitment is here. So you got to teach them now to get them there, to get them to the next level. To hopefully, they have a bunch of kids that go to college. For me, that would be the ultimate goal. My kids all need to go to college. So if this is going to be the avenue to take, then so be it.
And do something they love.
Yeah. So if it's golf,
yeah.
Go and get a golf scholarship, whatever. I don't care. But yeah, so Eli likes baseball right now, so he's doing good. If that's what he wants to do, and if he can go to college, I'll be happy. Doesn't even need to be a big school. As long as he has fun and can play and gets his degree, and he'll be good.
That's good. And you're selling that at such a young age for him. so that he knows the plan. You know, like, okay, plans change, but like, okay, you're going to be playing baseball. You're going to be doing this.
Oh,
This is all part of the bigger picture.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
you to go to college.
Yeah, I think he's awake. Like if you were to ask him right now, tell him, hey, where are you going to college? He'll give you his top 5.
Nice.
So he says he's going to play baseball at USC. So that's the number 1 apparently. He said if not, UCLA, a good backup school. So not bad.
They were ranked number 1 in the nation this year. They just lost to Michigan, but I mean, ranked 1 in the nation.
And then Fullerton,
that's a badass
Long
school.
Beach,
Badass school.
and Mount Sac. Just because he knows Mount Sac.
I know one of the players that plays there, and he's pretty good too.
Yeah, so I was just like, hey.
So he has a plan, man.
Yeah, he has a plan. He just won the election for vice president. So he's following in the Mork tradition.
I remember that.
Yeah, I was president of Maxon in 6th grade. I was the president of Kranz.
I remember that. I thought it was Kranz.
Hold on, let me go back. Shout out to Melinda Hernandez, co-president in Maxon. So don't want to take all the glory. I didn't technically win it all, but I won like half of it. So we're both co-presidents. But yeah, he's a good kid. He has a lot of integrity. Just super sharp kid. I don't know. Mental toughness might not be there right now, but hopefully
it's a work in progress. Yeah, it's a work in progress. Like life will, hopefully not too tough, but life is tough sometimes, and you got to overcome it. Some things you got to do alone. Mom and dad won't be there, brothers won't be there.
Yeah.
You gotta, it sucks to say, because I know if you're telling me that about my daughter, I'd be like, dude, don't tell me that. Like, my little princess, no. But it's part of life. We're all gonna go through struggles.
Yeah.
At different times, but
yeah, I hope it's different, but. Yeah, like how we grew up to how we want our kids to grow up.
Exactly.
But yet have that same tough mentality and be as tough as we. Like it's not. There's a trade-off. It's not going to happen. Like you're trying to give them everything that you didn't have, and not necessarily give them, but teach them so they can be more advanced and make less mistakes. But then also they learn for those mistakes. They get tougher for those mistakes. It makes them mentally tougher. So
it's a trade-off, like you said. Because you gotta. Obviously, we all want what's best for our children. But at the same time, like the thing that people are saying now, like all these kids are book smart, but they're not street smart. And you're like, you want your kid to be street smart. You don't want them to go somewhere and be like mugged or whatever. Just assess the situation, We were just talking about this on the weekend. Me and a friend of mine, how like we were socially aware, like, dude, these guys look shady. Like, just keep your eye out. And sure enough, like they were like just looking around the cars and everything, and they were like, dude, see, how did you guys know? Like, you could sense it. I could see him, like, because I've seen people like that my whole life, so I know to be prepared. And it's something that everybody else was like, I would have never suspected that. And I was like, I don't know. Just me and my homie picked it off right off the sensed it.
It just depends where you're from, where you're not gonna. You don't know that type of character yet.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I hope Eli develops it, but he's pretty smart. I don't know. He's very aware of his surroundings, and I let him know. Like I try not to filter it because it's an ugly world. Like it's not butterflies and bumblebees, and everyone has the same opportunities. Like I give it to him straight out. Like, hey, I didn't have this growing up. A lot of people didn't have this growing up, and you have the opportunity to succeed because you have this. Like you have a jump start on a lot of people out there. Like, and there's other people that don't even get to go to school. So I just try to constantly remind him that. So he gets it. So he understands.
That's good. And he's even though he's still young, obviously he's a kid. He's not even a teenager yet. He's a kid. That you're already telling me these things, because in time he'll, I'm not going to tell you how to be a dad, and I don't think people will tell me how to be a dad, but you just kind of figure stuff out on your own and be like, all right, he's 10. Okay, what would have worked on me at 10 or at 11 or whatever it is, because then high school is a whole different, when me and you went to high school was 2006. Like you could tell him a story, be like, dude, what the dad? You don't know nothing. We're the old men now. Yeah, dad, that was in your day. Like you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, like touching on that, like he wants a phone. He's 10 years old. What do we do that 10-year-old? Like
playing freeze tag, water balloon fight. Yeah,
just freaking scraping my knee, falling, riding with no helmet. Like who cares? Freaking rolling in the riverbed to Pico Rivera to go acquire golf balls from the riverbed. But yeah, like he just he'll ask me like, Dad, when did you get your first cell phone? I'm like junior year, freaking flip phone, Boost Mobile. You typed in your 4-digit and chirped and can hit up people from anywhere. And he's over here, I think I want a phone already. All my friends have phones and they play Fortnite on it. Don't even get me started on Fortnite. Freaking But anyways, yeah, he wants a phone. I'm like, dude, like, you don't need it for what? We're here all the time. I'm like, you don't need to talk to anyone else.
Yeah, I got my first phone at senior year, Virgin Mobile, the crappiest of the crappy, like, and I was so happy. I was like, fucking, and at the time, looking back now, I didn't need it.
Yeah.
Like, for what? But the thing was, everybody's getting a phone, so I was working, so I'll buy myself a phone. And, you know, people tell me, like, what age would you give your kid a phone? I'm like, I don't know, because I'm not there yet, you know.
Yeah.
Like you said, my daughter is about to be 4 in a few months, so she's nowhere near having a phone.
Yeah.
But say she starts asking me, like, 8 or 9, I'll be like, no, that's too young. But if she's, like, at 15, I'll be like, well, I get it now. It's a part of life. But what do you need it for? And then she's like, oh, so you could call you for a ride or whatever. Like, there's no more payphones.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like, I remember my mom would be like, Migo, you don't need one. You have quarters. Use a payphone. And so I would call them on the payphone. But now they can't use that. So I see both sides of it. And then all my friends have it, you know. It's like the new shoes, you know, like, Dad, I want Nikes. Like, mijo, it's the same thing. Dad, well, I want Nikes. All my friends have Nikes except me.
Yeah.
I got the fucking LA gear. And he's like, he does everything he can to get you those Nikes. So now it's like, do we got to do everything we can to get them that cell phone? Like, I don't know. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Parent life is just different. Like, I don't know. I just wing it. Pretty much. Like, I have freaking 4 kids. Like, I didn't have a dad growing up. Like, a lot of the examples that I learned of how to be a parent are from, like, other people's dads. So, like, I always tell Erica, I'm like, dude, I was like, you had a good childhood. And she's like, no, it was all right. I'm like, dude, like, my mom had to work. It was just me, my brother Alan. My brother Mario had his son, like, at 15, 16. So he moved out. So it was just, like, no one's home. I didn't want to be home. So I just, you know, I'd be at Timmy Chu's house. Timmy Chu? You know Timmy Chu? He went to Kranz, I think, for a little bit.
So
But we went to Maxon together, so I'd be at his house. Roy, in like 3rd grade, I would be at his house already. So I just remember seeing his dad and, like, all right, that's what it is to be a dad. Like, you know, he works and, you know, he brings home. He's not home that often, but, you know, he works and then he comes home. Like, cool, all right, you know, he's a provider type of dad. So, like, you know, no dad is perfect, but, like, I just got little bits of everyone. So, who's out? Like, when we were in high school, like, Jamie Moreno's dad. Like, dude, like, he was just, like, part of the school board, and he was involved. He was, like, her coach, I think. So, like, I got some of it from, like, him just being there, like, being present, which I think is probably, like, the most important part. Like, on social media, I see a lot of, like, people we went to school with, like, so everyone's being dad. So I love it. So, you know, if you think you're over the top posting your kids, keep fucking posting them, because I love it. Like, I've been there, and, you know, you see those milestones and you might think people don't care, but, like, no, it's like the the peers that you have are also parents. So, like, post it. Like, oh, I post too much about my kids, like, playing baseball. No, post it all. I'm gonna like that shit. Like, Richard Munoz, his son, he was older than us. He was a wrestler. His son's really good at football. So, like, I love seeing his posts. I love seeing about baseball, other sports, life lessons. JC, like, his son wrestles right. Is it right here for the grapplers? Juan Partida's son, he also wrestles. Like, I love seeing that. Like, I'll like the shit out of your pictures, dude.
And I remember, like, I'm talking 8, 9 years ago. I don't know why. I guess I didn't really, like, assess it. You know, I would never thought, like, oh, you text other people. Because I would tell my dad Happy Father's Day, whatever, to go out to dinner. But I remember it was like it's always on a Sunday. And I just text you, hey, man, Happy Father's Day. You're like, thank you. Like, it's a thankless job, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I just remember distinctly, because I was like, well, you're doing a hell of a job, man. Like, you're doing and you still are. But I just remember, like, you told me, like, this day is not even about me. It's about them. They're the ones that made me a dad. And that's how I feel about them now. Because I see a few people post pictures of themselves, like, oh, my Father's Day dinner. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I tell my daughter, like, what do you want to do? And she's like, I want to go to the movies. Like, we're going to the movies. Watch another movie I don't like. But it's because of you that I'm a dad. So I'm going to do whatever I can to make you happy. Even on, quote unquote, the day that's for me. I still, like, dude, I give a fuck with Father's Day. Like, if I can spend it with her, that's all the Father's Day love I need.
Want.
Yeah.
That's all they want. Like, and then I learned this. I also learned what not to be by looking at other people, like being a father. Because I I just had Eli. We had Eli young, so I was 20. I just turned 21. And then I came back from Arizona. I came back from motorcycle mechanic school, and that didn't work out. Fuck it. Sometimes stuff doesn't work out in life. Whatever. Just keep rolling.
Mental toughness. You keep going. You keep going.
Yeah, it is what it is. So that's probably like one of the things I always say in quotes. Again, we'll come back to that, but that's like one of the. It is what it is. What are you gonna do? Cry about it? You can't dwell on the past. It's over. And I tell the kids that, and we learned that from Wilson. So it is what it is. I came back, and I went into the motorcycle industry, and then I parlayed that into insuring motorcycles, and I got to the insurance business and. Bert's Mega Mall. I'd be there like a lot of the time, and so for me, I was thinking like, hey, I want to give my son everything I didn't have. But working there, I saw the GM, Steve K, but I don't know his last name. It's like Korniowski, whatever. His son was a really good baseball player, and his son would call him to tell him how he did in his games, which is cool. Like, this dude makes money, but he's never home. Like, he's not seen him hit it. Like, the son would call him, hey, Dad, I hit a home run. Like, I remember, like, listening to, like, the phone call. He'd put him on speaker. Oh, yeah, that's great, son. But I was just like, dude, like, that's when it, like, hit me. Like, I don't want to be that. Like, they don't give a shit. Like, oh, cool. Like, you bought me the most expensive bat. But, like, are you going to see me use it? Are you going to see me hit a home run? Like, that shit don't matter. So, like, that after that, I was just like, dude, I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I'm not going to work at the Steeler or a job where I'm working half a day and missing my son. Luckily, he was little, so he didn't start school yet. So that's why I jumped to State Farm, something more established. But like when I see people post stuff like on social media, like I'll reach out. I'm like, hey, dude, you're doing a good job. Like, compliments go a long way.
Same.
Like, because we don't do it.
Yeah, especially as men.
Yeah,
like we. It's not ego, but I tell the homies, like, dude, you fucking, I have a lot of gangster homies, like gangster. And me and Ernie talked about this. Like, some of those dudes are the best fucking dads.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're out there doing whatever they got to do for their fucking kid. Be it legal, illegal, doesn't matter. They're doing what they got to do for their kids. And I'm like, dude, fucking love it. Like, hey, and they were like, hey, thanks, perro. Means a lot. Because it's the same thing, I'll post a picture of my daughter and people be like, hey, man, you're fucking killing it. I'm like you said, I'm just winging it, man. I'm doing what I can. I'm doing my best. But our best isn't always good enough. You feel me? Sometimes it is. We all make mistakes. I've messed up. I'll never yell at my daughter. But one time I was like, babe, she broke my laptop. And I was like, baby, what are you? And I was just like, it's okay. Like, I'll buy you. I'll buy you a new one. And I was like, it's at the end of the day, it's my fault. It shouldn't have been somewhere where she could have gotten it. But I just kind of, and she started crying just because I was at a loss for words. And so she's like, crying, and so now that I have a new laptop, whatever, she won't go near it. I'm like, baby, it's not your fault. It's okay. Like, and she's like, I broke your last one. Like, I don't want to do it again. I'm like, baby, like, I have a new laptop. Yeah. I like, as long as I have you, it's okay. It's okay. And that always dwells on me, because I just remember, like, at this age, she's too young still. She's about to be 4, and she tells me, like, I don't want to go near the laptop, because there's the whole paint. I think I was telling you about. The paint program, it's a touchscreen. Yeah. So she paints on it, and then, like, she'll be like, put it away. I don't want to break it. I'm like, baby, have fun. Like, draw whatever. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. And so it's like, I make mistakes too. I'm trying to do my best. But if I could share a quick story, like you said, you learn from other people doing a shit job. I was working in Norco for a bit, right? And I was working 14, 16 hours. So I just work home, get her on the weekends. So like, hey, bro, Friday night, let's go grab some drinks. We just got paid, la, 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 la. I got the first round, I got the second. Oh, no, dude, I'm going to go pick up my daughter. Like, oh, did you just have her last weekend? Like, yeah. Like, dude, why don't you have some fun? And I was like, what? Like, that is my fun. Like, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And a few, I worked there for like a few months. So like, they stopped asking me out, whatever. Like, hey, man, we're going to grab some drinks. But you're going to go see your daughter, right? And I was like, yeah, I am.
Which is fine.
And, I respect it. And they're like, some guy literally told me in Spanish, right? So I'm translating. He told me, I have 2 kids, man. I wished I loved them as much as you love your kid. And in my head, I didn't say anything. I'm like, hey, man, just be there for them.
It's never too late.
And then I was driving to pick up my daughter. And I was like, that sucks for those kids. Like, they just want a dad. You know, they didn't ask to be born. Is what I tell everybody. They didn't ask to be born, man. Like, you brought them into this world, and I'm not saying I'm doing a good job. I'm doing my best. I'll say it again. But just like you see that stuff in the real world. You know, I saw it. Nobody told me that story. Like, it happened to me. The guy said, "I wish I loved my kid as much as my kids as much as you love yours." And that sucks for those kids, man. They're maybe they're the kid calling the dad, "Hey, I'm over here." Like, cállate, estoy mirando la tele. You know, like, everybody hears those stories.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's just like the old school, like, Hispanic culture. Like, hey, dad goes to work, he brings home, mom stays home, and like, times are different now.
Yeah.
Like, dude, how late is Erica's at work right now? And like,
1 a.m.
I'm taking care of my kids.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not watching my kids because these are my kids because I have to take care of them. So I take care of my kids now. She's a freaking MVP of the family for sure. Like, she just goes to work. She come home. I'll take them to school when there is school. Right now we're on summer now. And then she wakes up, is with them all day. They don't even realize she's gone. Like, that's how great of a mother she is. Like, they don't even see it, and that's what it is. Like, for your kids not to realize what you're going through.
Yeah.
Like, for them, like, because that's what they're gonna remember. They're gonna remember just you being with them, and like you said, like, learning from your own experience. But like, for me, again, like, just learning from other people. It's also good to learn from other people's mistakes. So like, I've always listened to older people. Like, when they tell me, hey, like, boom, don't mess around because, you know, you're gonna go here, you're gonna end up with this person, and then that person is gonna introduce you to this, and you're gonna end up somewhere where you're not supposed to be in the first place. You know, so just be aware. Just little stuff like that. Be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, all right, now, like, I'm cool. Like, learning from other people's mistakes, or like the hardcore gangsters. Like, we grew up in my, like, I knew a few, like, of the old school OGs that, you know, my brother used to know. I don't even know if they're around. They disappeared. So, but like, they would give me advice, and I'm like, all right, cool. And like, the hardest gangster, dude, once they see their kid or their daughter, it's over.
They melt.
It just is gone. Like, just, they don't care. They just see their dad. Like, and I love it. Like, Tick. I love seeing him post his kids.
My brother, yeah.
I love seeing him post his kids, and just like what he's gone through to what he has now. He values that. Like, I love it. And like, I'll reach out. Like, I love when people post their kids, because I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, keep doing it. Be there for them. Like, and I think I've told this to a couple people. Like, hey, the best thing you can spend on your kids is your time.
Yeah.
They don't want the money.
They don't.
Like, it doesn't matter.
They want the toy right now, but in a few weeks there'll be a new toy they want. So that toy doesn't matter. And you know, I love quotes. We were talking about it. Well, I read quotes all the time. I'm always looking, because sometimes it's motivational. It's stupid. I know people say, you really get motivated with them. Like, it's not motivated. It's like a push. You know, sometimes you need a little push, a little kick in the ass. And I could give it to myself, because I don't need to go read something. Yeah. I don't need somebody to tell me something, because dude, I have a great quote for you, and I don't want to be a dick and be like, oh, I already know that one. But I'm like, oh, shit, thank you for sharing that. But I already know, not so many, but you're not going to look back on your life and wish you spent more time at work. You're going to look back and like, dude, I should have spent more time with my kids, with my parents, with my loved one.
I'll drop another one for you. It's, let me see. Let me think about it first before I say it. Don't live to work. Work to live. Yeah. Because you don't need.
Yeah.
Like, I just need enough. You know, just to take care of the bills, and then the rest I could spend time with my kids. Like, so my job right now is just, I love it. Like, I get to work from home. For now, like, we got to go to the office eventually, but, dude, I work from home. I'm with my kids. Like, a lot of the time I can coach. Like, I love it. Like, I love spending time with my kids. So that's why when I see it, hey, I'll give you props, dude. Like, that compliment goes a long way. Just like you said, those motivational quotes, like, some people don't believe in it, and they're like, whatever. But, like, hey, if you're there, hey, I'm going to give you this compliment. Like, oh, yeah, cool, yeah, I'm trying my best. It's all that matters. It's not about perfection. It's about, like, never-ending improvement.
That's a great way to put it.
Every single day. Like, that's all you got to do.
The podcast I did last night, he was saying, like, and we were both kind of saying, like, be better than you were yesterday. Yeah. In all things, you know, we were just talking about life in general, but in everything we said, like, be it with your spouse, be with your family, at work, just be better. Be better. There's always room for improvement. And if there isn't, you're doing the wrong thing, or you're doing everything wrong, because there's always room for improvement.
Yeah, no, and then that's why I like sports, because everything...
Which is a great,
like,
great
in
segue.
Life, yeah, that's
great segue.
This is why I love to coach. You're giving them the tools to get through life. And I even, like, for the banquets, my wife laughs at me because I'll, like, be up there just flowing, letting it fly. Like, oh, I love this kid. Like, He's just a grinder. You know, he wants to get better every day. Like, I had a 9-year-old on my team, Jaden Garcia. I love this kid. I had him when he was 7. Yeah, I had him when he was 7 on the Pinto Dodgers. Then we moved up, and then, you know, we moved divisions. But then as soon as I seen him, I was like, hey, draft this kid. Super stud, great kid, great attitude. Been an all-star forever. He struggled mightily. Just wasn't hitting, confident. I don't know what it was, but I just kept plugging away. Hey, you know, don't worry about it. Get the next one. Let's go. Hey, you're not batting, but you're starting to pick up your fielding. Good job. Hey, now you're pitching well. Good job. He started building that confidence. So, yeah, from there. And then, like, in the banquet, I pointed that out because it's just like, hey, like, you can be doing bad in one area, but you can get better in the other one. Then your confidence turns, and you start getting better, and you turn it around. At the end of the season, he was like one of our valuable kids that we needed, and he ended up making the All-Stars. But like this is probably the first time he's ever struggled in his life. But I told him, like, in the banquet, and then especially with this kid's situation, it's very different. His Nino and Nina are there like all the time, so his home situation is very different. So, like, you know, I like to encourage him and just, hey, any of my kids, like, you're not my kid just for this year. Like, if you're out there, I'm going to try to get you again. Like, you're my, like, if you ever need me, call me. He actually lives, like, down the street now. So I'm like, hey, if you ever need me, you want to go batting practice, you want to come over and play with Eli, like, I was that kid. So, like, I want to be the person that I needed when I was growing up. So that's the kind of person that I'm trying to be. So I'm just telling him, hey, you know, if you need anything, just come this way. Like, I'll help you out no matter what. And then I said that in the banquet. So I was just like, hey, this is the first time you might have struggled. I was like, I'm going to tell you now. I'm like, we're preparing you for life. It's not about baseball. Like, you're going to struggle sometime in your life, during normal life. Might it be, you know, at home, school. But what's going to get you out of that? You know, keep your head down. Keep working hard. Like, start turning around. Just one little thing could lead to another one, So, yeah, he's just a great kid. And hopefully all the kids got the message. They're 9 and 10, hey, might have gone over them, but I'll be around the park for a while, so they'll be seeing a lot of me, and, you know, just being there, giving them the tools that they need to succeed in life. Like, yeah, in baseball, but, like, look at us. Like, we have that mentality where it's just like, whatever it is,
I keep bringing it up. Through it. Sophomore year, I was on JV. We were on JV together.
Yeah.
The banquet, I didn't think to win anything. I wasn't the best player. I was never the best player. I was just good enough to play. You know, like I did the little things right, like you said. It worked hard. And I knew it. I wasn't that good, so I had to put in extra work. My dad always told me, dude, you're not that tall, you're not that strong, you're not that fast. But when other people are being lazy, you're out there working. You're throwing extra. Like, I was never a pitcher, but you're always working out on your arm. Because I had a good arm. So I was doing long toss all the time with Tick and Izzy. That's how we all had good arms, because we would always just be working and working. I knew I wasn't fastest, but I knew I was fast enough to steal. So I was always just, like, practicing the 90 feet. Like,
if you get a good lead.
Yeah.
If you get a good jump,
yeah,
you're going to get that bag. No matter how, you could be the fastest kid and get thrown out for being lazy. So, and this is one thing that I really hit the kids hard on, because they're great, talented. Hard work
beats
that, or talent that doesn't work hard is going to get beat by someone who works hard and doesn't have talent. So they're going to take a day off. They're going to get beat for being lazy.
And I remember it because, you know, it was just like, you know, the people that were going to win the most improved, the MVP, all that did that. And then Wilson was like, oh, you know, I remember, you know, like, I mean, we were like, what, fucking 15? So I was a little older. But I remember Wilson just like saying, this guy is out there, the first guy out there warming up. The last guy, we have certain things we got to do, you know, like some days you get the catcher's helmet. I mean, the catcher's gear. Some days you got to take the helmet. Even when it's not his day, he'll do it just because he knows it needs to be done. When I say, hey, we need to do this, he'll do it. When I say, I'll lead the outfield drills, he'll do this. And I was like, so I started thinking, like, oh, who does? I was like, that sounds like me, but I don't think I'm going to win. Yeah.
Wait a minute. It doesn't sound like him or him. Who the hell could it be?
And it was weird because he goes, I would take this guy on my team every single year because I know people like this, you win.
Yeah.
Because they lead by example. They don't lead by talk. And at the time, I wasn't that vocal. I was kind of vocal, but not, like with you guys, you know, but not really as like a team leader, because I always thought the best players should be the team leaders because they're the best.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
I learned that as an adult because, you know, I was on a few others, like on Alex's episode, like I was the one pumping people up, like the same thing. So I was like, dude, if nobody's going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Underestimated job, just letting you know, especially with the kids.
Ask Alex, and I think Ulises Franklin was there, and Drew was there, Phil was there. Ask him about the rally. I started by fucking pumping them up against, like, it was a semis. It's only Sunday League, bro. It's only Sunday League.
Dude, no,
but I was pumping them like, fuck these guys. They fucking suck. And we're going to lose to them. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah.
We're better than this. And then we won 9th inning, top 9, dude. And we got we needed like 3 runs to tie. We scored 5. Phil with the clutch triple, dude. Like, it's beautiful. I know it's Sunday League, but I know Phil's listening. And I know Franklin's listening, and they're like, yeah, dude, I remember that fucking... And it was all some bullshit that we were already, like, down and out. Top of the night, like, dude, we got to the semis. How cool was that?
Yeah.
We ended up winning that game and won the championship.
Chip away, dude.
Chip away.
Chip away, and you get... That's what I'm trying to teach the kids.
It works, man. I'm telling you,
does.
It works.
So, as silly as it sounds and as funny as we look out there, okay, I'm just an assistant coach. Like, I'm not on the field or nothing like that. I told him, hey, I have to work. If I'm going to be in there. So I ended up I'm like pretty much the bench coach. But the kids, they gravitate to me. So I'm just teaching them just like hey, they're not loud right now because of the lack of leadership. Like, there's a couple kids that talk, but they don't really follow along. So I'm like, hey, rally hats, making them laugh. Like, do the shark fin, turn them inside out. Hey, money, let's get money right here, right? And they'll get a hit, and they just look at each other, and they're just like, it works, coach. Like, it works. I'm like, yeah, dude, you just gotta believe. Like, let's go. Let's get these runs, and like, it's cool. Like, to teach them that right now. So hopefully,
they build on it.
Yeah, when we need it, hopefully they're gonna believe it, and
yeah.
So that way they're like not down and out. It's like, hey, keep chipping away. Don't make any. Hey, we let 5 runs go, but let's stop it now. Stop the bleeding. And chip away, come back, and let's rally. So, like, it's just little shit like that. Like, teaching them that, like, they we already know, that we already seen. It's great. And then you hit on one of the quotes. So, by the way, I told Hector before we're going to start, I know he's big on quotes. So, I wrote my top 3 down. I guess, was it mantra? Who kept saying that on Alex's episode? So, yeah, no, it doesn't have to be a mantra. Just, hey, these top 3 stick out in my head. So I wrote 3 down, and also I want Hector to tell me his top 3. I told him to think about it. If he gives me 2, that's fine. If he gives me 4, that's fine. But yeah, like, a lot of the stuff we're talking about is just, the values of how you live your life, or just the way you live your life. So we can get back to that whenever, maybe when we hit a low. But yeah, dude, it's just battling back, brotherhood. It's just... baseball's great, dude. It teaches you about life.
I know you listen to it, but like the Assad episode, that's what we talk about. Like, I haven't seen Lee or Angel in such a long time, dude. I know the minute I see them, like, bro, we just hit it off wherever we left off. Like, Assad, I hadn't seen him in 10 years, bro. We talked for 3 hours. Turn off the mics.
Shout out to Lee.
Shout out to Lee.
Benjamin.
And I mean the whole squad, right? Not just but I mean Lee and Angel, because I haven't seen them in such a long time. Carson.
Oh, dude, Robert Carson. Oh my God.
Like,
yeah.
these guys is like the brotherhood, the rest of our life. I remember fucking Savage Wilson would tell me, like, these guys are going to be around the rest of your life. Like, no matter where you guys go, these are your brothers right here. And I still feel that, like, even though we haven't hung out, we haven't kicked it, we haven't talked, whatever, I'm like, I've said it before. Ernie's my best friend. Izzy's my compadre. Like, these guys are in my life forever. Yeah. Gato. Fucking... I know I'm missing some. Alex, he was already on here. Yeah. Fucking David Sanchez, and some of the older guys, like, I kind of did lose touch. But I'm talking about Fabian, dude. How did I miss Fabian? But, like, like the core players from that squad from our year, like, dude, those are my fucking brothers, for life. Like, we're it's weird because, I always thought, like, this is silly shit, they say. And we would win or whatever. We were good. And it's like, is it that, or is it skill, or is it the coaching? And I think it was a little bit of everything.
A mix of everything, yeah.
And now I'm so happy, it's like I said on the Assad's episode, I don't dwell on it, but when it brings up, we bring it up. Memories. It's like, dude, that was some of the best time of my life. Like, I could look back on with a smile, like, dude, we were a bunch of nobodies. We weren't that good. We weren't that fast. We weren't that strong. We were short as fuck. We shared helmets. We did,
dude. That's a whole different story.
You get me?
Yeah. When I was talking about Amon Eastern, I was like, we literally had one bat that we all shared. We had 4 helmets. Like, if there was bases loaded, it was just like, oh crap, what are we gonna do? I think we had 5, exactly 5. So the on deck batter didn't have one. Like, now with Eli, dude, they all have their own helmet. Some kids have like 2 bats. It's freaking crazy. But dude, like, just for what we came up with, and just it builds that bond. I don't know. Maybe it's just because we don't have nothing, and you have that chip on your shoulder. Maybe that's where it comes from. And then these kids, I don't want to say they get handed everything, but they have a lot of stuff that we didn't have that we appreciated, so we grinded it out. So
it felt good when we beat those schools that showed up on a chartered bus.
100%, dude.
And then they come in with, like, everyone has their own baseball bag, like, with their own helmet, their own bat, and we're over here, like, the fuck? I'm wearing, hey, you're not starting, let me borrow your glove type shit for a few years.
We played a tournament at West Covina. So, good kids. You can see the talent. They're from Moreno Valley. No. Was it Moreno Valley? Moreno Valley had played before. They were from... Shoot, where is this city? It's about kind of by La Mirada. Anyways, I'll think of it later. But I'll just shoot it in there. But, yeah, it's just one of those hardworking cities. One coach. Like, and we have 5 coaches, dude. And our kids are just, like, G'd out, own helmets, everything. And then these kids are just... It reminded me of me growing up. Like, dude, if we had a chance to go to an all-star tournament, like, this would be us. Like, and we killed them. But they were pretty good. Like, they could have hung in there. Like, if they had just a little bit... If that coach had more help. When the kids started crying, like, on the mound, I felt so bad. So, they ended up taking him out, like, whatever. He came to third. And then I was in the stands at the time because I'll try to help out my wife, you know, when we're on the field and when they come to bat, like, I'll go in with the kids. So I went on the field when they were doing the pitching change. And, like, I went on the field, like, Big League Dream. You've been to Big League Dreams, right? So we're having a tournament there. I went through the rails, whatever. And I just talked to him. I'm like, hey, like, shake it off. This doesn't matter. Like, no one's going to remember this game. I'm like, do you feel you got better today? Like, from when you came in to now, like, do you feel you got better? You threw more strikes? Like, you threw more consistent? And he was a pretty big kid, but he's, you know, they're all
10 years old.
They're all little paisita kids. Yeah, dude, they're just, they're us. They're little. They had skills. They really did. They just need more polish.
Yeah.
They just need more time. But yeah, like, I felt compelled to go talk to him just because, like, hey, don't give up. Like, this doesn't matter. Like, no one's going to remember this one tournament out of this 1 year when you were 10 years old. Like, all that matters is getting better. And then once they were done, like, I went to go, like, talk to not the whole team, but as they were coming out, I was just like, hey, you know, good job, guys. Like, don't hang your heads. Like, this is a tough tournament. Like, our kids have been playing for a long time. Some of you might have just started 1-2 years. I'm like, you guys are a good team. I was like, so do not hang your heads. Like, you guys are good kids. Keep working hard. Stay together. Listen to your coach. I don't even think that coach had a kid on the team.
Damn.
He didn't leave with no one. He just left with his gear. So I was like, dude, that's... Like, I hope that team sticks together and they can do something and they can beat the kids that are going to come in those charter buses.
Yeah.
So it's just, like, little shit like that. Like, again, the compliments. It's just... It doesn't cost me nothing to do that.
And it's genuine.
Yeah, to give some kid, like, hope. It's nothing. It's just, what? Oh, am I going to look silly? Am I going to look weird? Who gives a shit? I don't really care what people think. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, like, as long as you mean it, like, it's going to go a long way. Hey, maybe they're going to remember that, like, when they're older. Hey, you know, that good team's coach came and told us, like, hey, we're good kids. Like, they're going to start believing it, and they're going to, I don't know, maybe someone good might come out of that school just of them sticking together. Because they were pretty solid. They just didn't have, you know, what we have at the time. But, hey, they might get it. They keep working hard, you know. I sucked. I started playing baseball, like, in 4th grade, and I tell the kids this all the time. I was like, hey, I wasn't good. But I was tired of not being good. So what I do, I spent all summer throwing a ball against the wall. Just trying to hit this square. Working on my fielding. And then I was a good fielder. And I ended up playing second base. Like, 4th, I was terrible, dude. Bad. I played outfield, couldn't catch anything, didn't make a hit, or didn't get a hit all year. And spent that whole summer just working, just throwing. And then as the older kids left, you know, there's an open spot at second base. So who can play second? And then Ernie, you know, he was like my best friend at the time. Shout out to Ernie. Quick story on him real quick. I moved into Amani in the 2nd grade, and that's where I met him. He was my first friend here, so like that, he means a lot to me. Just
that kind of dude.
For being my first friend, like, I didn't know anyone, and freaking Alex Lujan made fun of my name because my government name is Oswaldo, and he's all, where's Waldo? I beat him up. Established my dominance, and Ernie was my new homie now. And then, you know, it was us 3. When you're little, you just fight your friends. But yeah, Ernie was there for me. So he's the one like, hey, let's play baseball. I'm like, all right, I'll tell my mom to sign me up. We didn't have money, so I was like, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, I really want to play baseball. Can you sign me up for baseball? That's all I want to do. So like, we went, and then I sucked, so I just worked really hard, and ended up being the second base. And we just Uriel's party. Ernie was there. He actually played catch with Eli, so it was kind of cool. Like
Singing
for
for
me,
you,
to just like, dude, like this guy, like he probably did more for me than he realizes. And then for my son, like he was playing with both my kids, dude. Like that made me happy. But anyway, like just he was there. He was a shortstop, and then like I didn't really know what to do playing second base, but they're like, okay, if they hit it to a center field, what are you doing? And he's all like mouthing like cover second. So I'd be like, oh, cover second. Like, all right, you know what you're doing, so go ahead. And like after that, like dude, I got better. I ended up like making the All-Stars eventually. But yeah, dude, just freaking working hard and that camaraderie, your friends that you grow up with, like, you know, dude, that's what it's about. I forgot what we were talking about.
Sorry. That story is beautiful. Because the same, dude, imagine, my neighbor to my left is Izzy, perennial all-star. My neighbor to my right is fucking Tick, perennial all-star.
Super stud, yeah.
I never made a all-star game. I never did none of that shit. I didn't start, my first year playing baseball, like organized baseball, was with the Braves. Remember you guys were at fucking Pioneer Park?
Yes, yeah.
And we just had enough players like me, Gato, fucking Ernie, a bunch of other fucking, you know, kids from the street. Like, oh fuck, we peer pressured the people, not peer, we're not their peers. We pressured the people from the park from now on. Like, hey dude, we need a team. Like, we can't afford fucking Pioneer. So they made a team, and it was like $40 or something. So my parents were like, oh shit, isn't it like $80 for Little League? So they were like, cool, you could play. And so that was my first year playing, 8th grade. Organized, you know, I had played or whatever. And I remember freshman year, Carson told me, like, Hector, like, why are you so good, man? And I was like, dude, I fucking suck. He goes, no, man, you're always out here, like, working to get better. I'm like, it's because I don't want to let you guys down. Like, I want to make, like, if the balls hit to me, I want to catch it. Like, if I need to throw somebody out, like, I want my arm to be strong so I could throw it. And he's like, dude, you're playing for the wrong reason, man. Play because you like baseball. Like, you're out here because you like baseball. You're not here to, like, impress us. And that really, like, you kind of changed my perspective. Like, not instantly, but I was just like, how are you? Remember?
Back in your mind.
Yeah, like, remember he was, we had that coach that could throw fucking, he was at Cal State Fullerton. And everybody tried catching
Gamer.
it. No. Ivan.
No, Isaac.
Yeah.
Isaac Rodriguez, shout out. Amani PD, K9 unit.
Yeah. Seen him a few times on the street. Like, he's like, what the fuck are you doing out here, man? I'm like, oh, man.
Oh, yeah. He's a really
cool
good guy.
Yeah.
Like, one of the reasons I would want to be in law enforcement is, you know, his example. So he's super cool. Pulled me over one time in my Honda Civic hatchback, you know, primered out, ugly racing rim. Yeah, it's probably the ugliest car that you can buy for $700, but I bought it, and it was mine. Bought it all myself. But yeah, dude, he let us go. I had talk about bad decisions, all right? So just no insurance, no driver's license. He's like, well, dude, what are you doing? Dude, anyone would have just freaking took my car, and he just go home, dude. Get out of here. Go get insurance. Go get your permit. Go get all that. So, dude, just stuff like that. I know people have bad contacts with police, and, you know, just stuff like that made me want to be, you know, in that career. So, but yeah. Anyways, back to the story.
No, and so Carson was just kind of, you know, he was a stud. Like, from the moment he started, I saw him play. I was like, damn, dude. Like, how am I gonna make the team when this guy's gonna be on the team?
Remember his bat?
Yeah,
we thought it was just
the 777. Yeah, the 777.
It was so good.
Yeah.
We had that bat all the way to the senior year.
And so I just, like, confidence too, you know. This fucking stud is telling me, like, why are you so good? And I remember, like, he would throw far as fuck. Me, him, Leander, and Angel would throw far as fuck. And I would outthrow him some days. So I don't know how that works. Some days you just outthrow people. The next day they outthrow you. You'd be like, damn, dude, like, you have one of the best arms I've ever seen. And I played travel ball, I played this. And so it's just kind of like, damn, that feels good. Like, coming from you, you know, the fucking stud to tell me that. That was nice.
The validation. No, dude, just... And again, back to coaching. Like, I love to coach, dude. I wish I can do it for a job. But I tell the kids, like, hey, how much talent does it take to come on time? How much talent does it take to try your best? How much talent does it take to, you know, just give 110%? Like, it takes nothing. Like, this is just stuff that you can do that's going to get you better without you being, like, physically taller, bigger, anything. Like, dude, just these little things are what's going to make you better. Like, prepare for yourself. So I don't do a good job of it sometimes with time management, but it's another story. But yeah, just, showing up early, cheering on your teammates, being a good teammate. This goes a long way to being a good player. And like you said, like, I look at that. Like, I've had kids that are super good fucking shit attitudes. I don't want them on my team. I don't. They can be an all-stars. I don't want them. Yes. I want a good group of kids that are coachable. That's the thing, and that's what you were. You were coachable. You had a great attitude. You did whatever it took. They didn't have to ask you to do anything. Everyone does your job, or everyone does their job, and you did your job. And that's what it's about. Like, everyone does their job, and at the end of the day, it's like, boom, doom, we have a solid team. We're not going to make mistakes. Like, once you get to the championship games, it's not who's going to make the plays or anything like that. You're going to make the play. It's who's going to make the least amount of mistakes. And that's where the discipline comes in. Being coachable, like coming together. You mess up, all right, bam. Turn the page. I made an error in the field. Let's make up with that. I'm leading off the inning. I'm going to get it. I'm going to start a rally. Like, that's how we were.
Yeah.
So, just little stuff like that, dude. Like, it takes no talent to be on time, to show up, to work hard. Like, and then you take this into your life, and
that's what I was
you're
an
awesome employee, and you're like, dude, like you're cool. Like, you compliment people, people like you, like
people like working with you, people like being around. You get invited places, like that's what people tell me.
Yeah,
why are you such a dick? I feel like a dick sometimes because I can't make every social gathering,
and that's fine. Dude.
And no, but they're like, dude, I like spending time with you because that's how people do. Why do you keep trying, man? I keep saying no. I'm very busy right now. That I do it because you're a pleasant person to be around. And you hear that, and you're like, fuck, thanks, man. Like, sometimes you're having a bad day, and that little stupid text is like, fuck. So text your friends,
dude.
Text your friends and say you missed them. That you like
once, and I know I hope maybe you're going through a rough patch, and I think we were talking.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'll do that, like,
big, dude. I was in. Dude, I'm not gonna throw it out there, but not yet. At least I'm not ready for it. But I was going through the fucking probably worst time of my life, and Izzy, Philip, Ernie, and Ozzie, like, no, I didn't say nothing. I didn't tell anybody what I was going through.
You just know, I whatever. I'm a religious person. I'm a Christian person, so I know whatever. Blah blah blah.
No.
Opinions, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, God will like put you in my heart that day for some reason. I'm like, and I remember I was like, hey, I haven't seen Hector post anything. Like, it kind of got me worried. And I'll be like, I'm just gonna reach out to him, like, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? And it could just be random, like Angel, like, hey, I haven't talked to Angel in a while, like, or something will pop up in my head, boom, I'm gonna text you, like, hey, remember this? Like, oh, that was funny. Like, I don't know, that's my way of keeping in touch with everyone, I guess. I still talk to Lee, I still talk to Angel. The only person I think I didn't talk to and I was happy to see on the podcast was Yashad. So I was just like, oh, man, I love to see that he's doing great. So shout out to Yashad for doing the podcast. And, like, one of the... remember I was saying about the dad? His dad.
Yeah. Like,
being at our games, like, to me, I took a mental note. I'm like, dude, that's a good dad right there. I thought he was so cool rolling up on his motorcycle, too. Like,
with sunglasses.
Oh, yeah. He was just a badass. So when he was saying his story and he was saying, like, hey, like, my dad never really played baseball, dude... in my head, he was like the greatest baseball player, like, and he came to help us.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, that was awesome, and that's one of the reasons I want to coach too. Like, I don't care what the kids think of me. Like, oh, I'm not bad at, I'm not good.
Yeah.
Like, I can just teach you these little things that help me out. Like, I'm not an expert at anything.
It's gonna make you that little better, and that sometimes that little extra is all you need. It's the difference between not winning and losing, but just like it feels good to win. Like, I always tell everybody, like, winning is fun. When you win, it's fun. When you're winning with your... Yeah.
It's not all about winning, but it is about winning.
Yeah, that's what you're out there.
It makes it fun. Like, no one wants to be on a loser team. Yeah.
And then, like, oh, we're on that team. We're playing that team again. You're like, oh, they're so good. We're going to lose. But when you beat them the first time, even if they're good, you're like, dude, I remember when we played South, I was like, fuck, they're so good. We beat them already. We're going to beat them again. We're going to play a Royal. Dude, we beat them junior year. We beat them freshman year. Like, they're not that good. Yeah. Oh, Gabrielino has all these studs. Dude, we beat them every year. Like, so it didn't matter. I was never intimidated by any school. Yeah. South Hills, I was just like, damn, they're really good. But I thought we could hang with anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought...
just that annoying team that didn't make mistakes and always chipped away and had great at-bats, battled. We picked each other's bats up. I think we're the only team in the league with that. I want to get my kids to do that, but I don't know. It's too early.
That's big. Because I remember, like, you'd be walking back and then running to the dugout. I remember Wilson and Savage were big on that. Like, you run to the dugout. You
don't walk.
You sprint out and all that shit.
Even now, for me, you don't walk.
It was big.
Hard 60s, not 90s yet, but they're 6, dude. I'll get on their asses for that, for sure. But just, dude, that takes no talent to do that again.
Man, I mean, I love what you're doing. I got to come out and see one of your games one day just because it sounds fucking fun, dude. I don't know how the listeners feel about it, but I'm waiting here like, dude, this sounds like I don't have a kid old enough to play. She's going to play softball.
I can't wait for that, too.
But I would love to go out there, like, and just see you work. It's not work, but you know what I mean. Like, see you out there just fucking, like, damn, that's Wilson's move. Oh, that's Savage's move.
Oh, dude.
You feel me?
Dude. The chatter? Yeah. Dude, you're going to think you're in high school again. It's like, the other...
Crazy train, Ozzie.
No more tears. Shout out James Wilson.
James Wilson, I love that man. Yeah, man.
I hope he's one of the listeners. If not, I'm going to give him a shout out. I'm going to make sure to tag him. Hey, listen, because you're getting a lot of respect right now, and a lot of things I learned are from him. And then Savage as well, because apparently he stole it from Savage. You remember the quote off we had?
Big George's. Who was it? Big George? Fucking.
No, I think I just put it.
You did. Yeah.
Best James Wilson's quotes. Go.
Yeah.
And it was just probably like one of the best quotes I ever done, or best posts I ever done on Facebook.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome.
It was good, but yeah, dude, and just a great coach. You're gonna think like, how to win underwater, son.
On the check
swing. Or when it's 0-2, hey, throw that pitch you've been working on, kid. Let's go. Let's see it. And then, like, the kids just look at me like, what the flip are you talking about? And then, like, the other kid in the batter's box is like, oh, like, what is he going to throw right now? And it's just like a fastball just down the middle. And they're like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Just the little stuff like that, dude. I have a good time doing it. That's what
it's all about.
Some of the dads out there are pretty crazy. They're just, like, yelling, I want my son to be good. Coming to a realization maybe baseball might not be for him because he doesn't have that mental toughness, but then also he just might be too young for it.
Yeah.
So I don't want him to hate playing.
Yeah.
And I can start seeing that in some of the kids that their dads are coaching.
Forcing them out there.
Yeah. So not forcing. They do want to play, but they're just super hard on them. And I get it. Maybe they're really good and they just want their sons to be good. Maybe some kids need the push, but then, it can work in the opposite effect where they're like, I don't want to do this no more.
You want to like
they quit during like the middle of the game. You don't want that. Like, so I checked myself, and then I hope, like, I learned from them because I'm super laid back. I'm the most laid back coach. Like, if I'm in the dugout, all the little kids gravitate to me. I'll be nerding out with them, talking about Marvel. So that's a whole different story right there. That could be a whole different episode. So I recently watched Avengers.
Me too.
Endgame.
The same.
Or Infinity War. And then I watched Endgame, and I was just like, man, these are pretty good.
Yeah. I watched it's 22 movies in the whole thing. The only ones I haven't seen were Captain Marvel and the 2 Ant-Man movies. I've seen everything else.
I was never into it.
Oh,
Eli's into it, and the kids. Like, hey, if this is something that I can relate to them and, like, start talking to them, I'm like, hey, I'm all about it. And my son loves it. Anything my son likes, I want to see if... I want to be included so we can talk about it. So, my friend, shout out Michael Hernandez, the guy you met at, I was at his family's barbecue yesterday, and then he also does the podcast and stuff. He's like, hey, he's big time. And then also I found out Rudy, because we have a group chat of the quote unquote best friends. I wanted to address that also, but we'll come back to that. It's me, Rudy,
Jerry and Alex.
Roy.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, you guys watch Marvel movies? So apparently Rudy really likes them, and Jerry's like about it too. So I was like, hell yeah, like it's cool. And then that guy Michael Hernandez is just like, yeah, he's all, how many have you watched? So I'm like I watched Black Panther, and then like the 2. He's like, oh, dude, you gotta watch them all.
Yeah. And
he sent me a text of all the list.
And
of
there's
them.
a list. Yeah, they go in order.
It took me like 3 weeks, but I watched pretty much like one a day. And then I got through all of them. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So now I'm all jazzed up to watch the next Spider-Man. I already bought tickets. We're going to roll together. So it's kind of cool because it gets Eli excited.
Yeah. That's
something to do with his dad. Yeah. Like, that's cool. And then EJ also, like, he sees Eli being excited, so he wants to go. So it's pretty cool. And now I have something to talk to the kids about. So it's kind of hard to relate to the kids.
Yeah, it's, we're
all I have,
old.
all
We're
I have is
old.
baseball.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, you guys what like Marvel movies? And they're like, oh my god, their eyes light up. And they're like, oh yeah, which one's your favorite? Endgame's my favorite. They're like, okay, then they'll start getting technical. Okay, not including Endgame, Infinity War. Who's your favorite superhero? Or like why? Or which one's your dude? I love it. Just seeing them to like I've always wait. Let me go back. We can probably go to this after the.
You can do whatever you want, man. Ozzie has a little notebook. Everybody says they're gonna bring a little couple notes. Ozzie's ready. He has a notebook in front of him.
Yeah, and well, again, the three that I said, I probably hit two of them already. So I'll lay them out there. If you have them, just say yours, and then we'll go to the best friends.
Okay.
The best friends thing. So like just for me, like 3 things to live your life by. Like for me, I always thought like integrity. Always do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Just like the kids, who are struggling, they might have had their heads down, in my heart, like, hey, go. It's always a good time to do a good thing. That's how I see it. So, like, I put that part of integrity, always just doing the right thing. And then, like, faith and family as well. So, faith, again, whenever you're ready to talk about it or whatever, but, I just felt compelled to text you. I'm like, hey, like, I was, like, generally concerned. And then family, obviously, I love my family. Those are the things I live my life by. And then there's like 3 specific quotes that like I have like just. I think we're like very, very similar. So
we are. That's why we hit it off. Like since we met in 7th grade, Ozzie and I, and it was
shout
funny.
Out Miss Brewer. Was it Miss Brewer?
No, Miss Jensick.
Miss Jensick. There you go.
Rest in peace. She died from cancer.
Oh no way! I didn't know that.
Like while we were in high school, I think.
Oh,
yeah, right after.
shit.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. I had a friend that went to Almani. And he, through MySpace, he messaged me. Like, oh, shit, did you hear about Jensick? And I was like, nah. He's like, she passed away. I was like, oh, fuck. Because she hated us. Well, at least me. She hated me.
Yeah, no, she didn't.
She wasn't too fond of me. Like,
she didn't hate me. She just told me to shut up all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the teacher does that. But rest in peace. She was a good teacher. But yeah, I met everybody in 7th grade. Because some of my good core friends went to Parkview. But it seems like everybody I ended up hanging out with was at Krantz.
Yeah.
Yourself, Ernie, Gato, Uri. Fabian I had met prior, right? We went to Parkview together, but like everybody was at Krantz. And even then, Sergio Palma,
Oh, Sergio Palma. I actually I haven't talked to him in a while, but.
I'm going to get him on here. Him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, just one of the
Paul Mancha, I met in fucking.
One of the most interesting. Parkview. I love Sergio. 4th or 5th grade. I was always at his house. And, dude, his dad, just the ultimate hard worker, would come home. And their love for music.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved it. And he was an absolute artist, too. So, like, no matter how tired he was, he would go in the garage and, jam out on his guitar or, like, just do whatever. Just, his kids all liked it, dude. It was dope. Rest in peace. He passed away, but...
that sucks. I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, I love Sergio Palma. He's just like, even though we never really, like 5th grade was huge, and then like we always kept in touch here and there. So I always try to like, touch base with them or just hey, what's up, what's going on, like anyone I make, I want everyone to do good.
Yeah,
in life.
I want to see everybody succeed.
Yeah, dude, like I want to see everyone do good. So, when I was working in Almani for the repo company, he worked not too far, so. And he posted like this Vietnamese soup, so pho.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's my shit.
Some people don't like it. Some people
bomb.
do. I tell them, and I get made fun of. I don't care. I'm like, hey, I
delicious.
like it. Pack it with chili and lemon. Yeah. I don't give a shit. But I'll be like, hey, I was like, you like it? I'm like, there's a good spot in Arcadia. It's not too far from my work. You want to roll? And he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to lunch. A little bit. Like we went the next day, and it was just like boom, just talking. So I can't wait, Sergio. Jump on it. I can't wait. Really good friend. Your dad was awesome. Your mom is awesome. Your brothers are awesome. So, can't wait to hear that one. But yeah, let me go back to the 3 quotes that I wrote down. So, this shit's going everywhere.
Yeah, no, man, it's beautiful, man.
The kids. I don't even know where I heard this. And then this is probably like why... Like, I wanted more... I don't want this to be about me. I want it to be about, like, us. Like, who knows? I mean, I hope this does very well. Anything anyone does, like, I'm going to support it 100% because it doesn't cost me anything to support you. Like, hell yeah. retweet, whatever, listen. They don't cost me nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna support you. That's
appreciate
why I'm
it.
like, dude,
I
like,
appreciate it.
Hector, like, boom, amazing. I probably after every one, I just text you something.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that was awesome. That was good. Like,
I
I liked it.
And I mean, I'm gonna keep doing it regardless, right?
Yeah, dude.
But it's just that like, oh man, that validation, like Ozzie's the man, and he's over here telling me, hey man, that was fucking awesome. Like, thank you. I honestly, I don't reply right away because I'm there sitting like grateful, you know, like,
yeah.
Dude, this is so nice to hear.
Yeah, no, keep doing it, dude. Like, even Alex, like, dude, good shit with the clothing brand and everything you're doing. You know, you are a best friend to me, by the way. So let's put that out there. Fantasy baseball, best friend league. It's just, hey, that's just whatever. Well, not whatever even happened, because to me, it was just a trade that he didn't. His trade was better.
Yeah.
Some people might not care. Fast forward like 2 minutes that I'm just going to explain, but he didn't get the trade that he wanted. He was upset. Trade deadline rolls around. Robert Ortiz ends up trading Rudy or Jerry, one of them.
I think Rudy.
One of them. There's a lot of backdoor deals going on too, by the way. So I just want to put that out there too. Hey, I'll give you next year and the next 2 years first rounder. And all right, so whatever. Your trade didn't get accepted. His did, and it was just the last minute. You know, keep trying, keep plugging away. I think I hit everyone up for a trade all the time. As stupid as it sounds, I just want to, hey, who are you willing to give up? That's all I want to know. It might be a stupid trade. We're like, oh, no, I'm not going to trade you that. But, I do want so-and-so from your team. All right, cool. That gets it going. So, yeah, that's what happened. Didn't bounce your way. It is what it is. So, I never wanted you off the league. Please keep talking shit. I love it.
I like what he's doing now. The whole, like, hey, Pika, you're doing great.
I hate it.
I love it.
No, I hate it. He's not like that.
Oh, that's what makes it funny. No. Hey, Woody, you got beat 10-0, but don't give up. You'll get him next week.
I hate it. No, I hate it. I want hippie back. I want the hippie back that I know. So
the boom roasted.
Yeah, no, I love it, dude. I love it. That's what fantasy sports is all about. Talking crap, like, dude.
Should I talk crap?
I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, you whipped the crap out of me.
So, for those that are still listening, if you didn't skip through, I'd say me and Ozzie is not the biggest rivalry in the league, but it's just a rivalry between us because
it is, by the way.
Nah, Pika and Alex is the best one.
Nah, Alex just rolls them all the time.
And me and Ozzie, man, in the championship,
Pika,
like,
I love you.
Like 3 years in a row, right when we started the league.
The first 3 years.
And I knocked him out every year. I won 2 titles on the way to Ozzie was
hold on. One of them has an asterisk on it.
It has an asterisk, but there was 10 other people that could have won it. 9 other people that could have won it, and it was me.
There was no money involved. Everyone was just having fun.
But
it wasn't very competitive. So.
Still won. Okay, whatever.
All
still
right.
won.
The real 2-time champ is right here.
And so this past week, today is Monday night. Tuesday morning, 1:42 a.m. But this past week that just ended, I played Ozzie, and you can ask anybody in the league. I am trying to stock up for next year, so I'm trading my best players away, and I somehow demolish him. Was it 8-1 or 7-1?
I don't recall.
It was 8-1. I wanted you to say it. Yeah, and the thing is, I'm not trying, guys. Like at Izzy, we have a group page, and Izzy just put it out there because in Alicia Chang Cruz's episode, I say there's more to life than just fantasy baseball. So they're making fun of me. I don't even acknowledge it because I'm like, I can't acknowledge that. I mean, there is more. And so I'm not trying, and I still beat Ozzie. So just wanted to throw it out there. Thank you for being a good sport.
I don't recall. I plead the fifth. No, but anyways, yeah, he whipped my ass. I was in second place, and now I'm in 10th. I've had like 3 bad weeks, but it's fantasy. All you got to do is get there as Aguado.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Eduardo,
yeah. 6 seed won it last year. I've been in the championship 4 years in a row. Just want to throw that out there. So 2-time champ, the real 2-time champ.
Well, I'll probably win this year, dude.
Maybe, dude. I don't know. I'm not trending in the right direction right now, so that's definitely not good. But Alex, you're fine. Whoever complained, you tell me. I'll talk crap to them for you. So you are a best friend. All right, we're all best friends in the league as long as you're in it. So
like I tell everybody, and I post it once a year on Facebook. If no one loves you, Hector loves you.
Yeah, but there it is, best friend league. So hey, we've extended the olive branch when you're going through your little. And that's just you being you, just stirring up the pot. I love it. I really do.
It does make the league better.
I know how he is.
Yeah.
So, like...
It makes the league better.
Like, when he's like, is he really leaving? And then people really thought he was leaving. I was like, no, he's not leaving, dude. Like, it's Alex. He just wants to stir the pot. Like, that's what
he was ready to leave, dude. Like,
was he?
Yeah, like, he was 1 foot out the door, like...
I'd have been mad. Like, I would have legit been mad.
I tried talking him out of it, and, like, I don't know what happened that he came back. But he was like, no, dude, I'm done. Like, I'm like, Alex, for real. Like, I'm not going to tell them I'm not whatever. No, dude, I'm out. Like, I want them to see them replace me. I wonder who's going to replace me. I'm like, they have a replacement ready.
We have a couple, so that wasn't the issue.
Yeah. So
the issue is we didn't want to lose him.
Yeah, no, he's a core player.
We don't want to lose one of the originals. He always has a solid team. You know, we want a competitive league. So, hey, not the replacement, but who ended up leaving was Jaime Polanco. Shout out to him.
Good dude.
Great dad, dude. Great
dad.
I love his snaps.
Dude.
His son's
That's why he did it. That's why he quit.
Yeah, dude.
That's why he quit the league, because and that's what I mean. There's more stuff. Yeah. There's more to life than just fans. That's what I mean.
I hope he'll come back.
No, me too. We'll make it an 18-team league so he can come back. But I didn't know. But I forget who told me, like, oh, he left because he wants to spend more time with his family. Like, the kids are getting older, and he respected the league and said, I won't pay attention. I don't want to do that to the league. I don't want to do that to you guys. And I was sad because I thought it was gonna be next year, not this year. So it was a short notice to me.
Yeah.
So I just played it out. We didn't give him his farewell. You know, like the Chipper Jones farewell.
Yeah.
It was just kind of, hey, I'm retiring. Like, oh, what? I'm done. I was like, so that's...
Yeah, and what's funny is we had a couple, like, replacements in line we had to consider. So there wasn't one replacement that was like, oh, like how Yurio ended up coming in. He was just one of maybe, like, 5 people that were like, all right, we're going to reach out. Like, we just want to make sure, hey, they know baseball. So Yuro's actually doing a very decent job. He's hanging in there.
He inherited a good team. He got Acuna.
He had Acuna. He has Yelich. So he hates Odor, as his name dictates.
Does he have him?
He's trash, dude. Yeah.
Oh,
he has
then drop him.
I tried to trade him for him, but he didn't want to trade me. But
I don't get
whatever.
it.
He just wants to keep him.
Yeah.
Because maybe he'll turn it around. He's solid. I was like, I'll trade you. Who's my 2-year? I was trying to flip on my 2-year guy because he was sucking. But anyways, yeah, Udi, you're doing a good job, dude. He's better than me. I went from 2nd. I'm all the way to 10th after 3 bad weeks. So
I'm in 4th, dude. I'm not trying. I
set
up my team just because I know that's what you got to do. I set up my team like 3 days in advance. I'll do it on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And I keep looking. I'm in 4th, and I'm like,
dude, my team.
I might try just to talk shit, but nah.
Shitty. I have good hitters that didn't perform, and I have no pitching. So if my hitters don't perform, I'm done. I have a formula. It's not panning out this year, which is fine. Some other people got to win some money, I guess. But all
right. So thank you. You skipped ahead. Now you're joining us again.
Yeah. Carrying on with the quotes. But yeah, no. The reason I wanted, like, you know, I know you like to talk and like, oh, this is your guest. It's like, nah, man. Like, I just want to have a conversation because, like, one of the, like, 3 quotes I wrote down, and I don't even know where I got it, is to be interesting, you have to be interested. So I think that's what makes, like, that's a conversation. This is not like, I don't know, when I was younger, maybe I felt like I needed to prove stuff, so I just wanted to, like, talk about myself and show off, but I don't know what it was, but I checked myself. I'm like, hey, like, that's not cool. Like, I felt arrogant, so I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm going to be interested in more people, so that way I could find out about them, because, like, you never know what people are going through, like, and again, the slightest little thing might make their day. But yeah, so when I talk to people, like, I want to know about you, dude. Like, what do you like? Do you have kids? Like, cool. Like, you know, do you like sports? Do you not like sport? Like, whatever. And I got that from my brother. My brother, Alan, is just... Shout out
to everybody. Normally I always say shout out to everybody. And I was like, I got to stop that. And now listening to it, well, not listening to it, but just hearing, like, when you said shout out to Rudy and Roy, I was like, quiet, because I was like, every time I'll be like, shout out to Drake, shout out to fucking Chuck E. Cheese, but shout out to everybody that I've skipped so far. But just right now, I'm like, just that's who I am. I do want to say shout out to them because I do appreciate those people or whatever, or I do want to give them shout out too. So sorry to cut you off, but to everybody that, you know, I'm sure you've heard it before, like the one with me and Howard. It's funny because I'm like, not yet. It's coming out this week, but shout out to Drake. I'm like, oh yeah, shout out to Drake. So shout out to everybody.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I was gonna go down the list. You know, if it comes, it comes. Like, you know, Alex, dude, good job. David Sanchez, I'm sorry for not taking you golfing and taking Phil. I actually just seen that post, like, of us 8 years ago. That's probably, like, the last time legit I've gone golfing, like, just with the kids. it faded away. And again, that story, we'll come back to it. Remind me, please, or if we can save it for another day, that's fine. So David, dude, good job. I know you're a dad too, so congrats on that. Alicia, keep it up. Fuck them, fuck the haters. That was my favorite part. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing an outstanding job. Freaking doing everything. So, and I admire your work. So I do, kind of with stuff on a different scale. So, but dude, your work is good. I like it. Keep it up. I ran. Actually, I knew who he was, but I never really talked to him because he was young. He's younger
he's
than us,
2 or
right?
3 years younger.
Yeah, so dude, that was a good convo right there. I listened to that on my way to work when I actually did have to drive to the office in Chatsworth. Phil, dude, just smart dude. Number 1 commish. I'm not even going off my notes anymore. I'm just freestyling it. So that whole universe thing, just, hey, let's just make our life count while we're here and don't be assholes. I think that's the biggest thing. Don't be assholes to people. Don't be an asshole. If there's someone's an asshole to you, just let them be an asshole. Whatever. You don't need them. Jashad, I already mentioned, dude, you keep doing what you're doing. I hope you get into law enforcement. It'd be funny if you end up being a CHP as well, because remember, did you go to the beach with us? And they were kind of racing, and he was weaving through traffic, and I was in the car with him in his Prelude, and we got popped by the cops.
Yeah, it was 10 cars. We used to roll deep, and we were 10 cars deep.
I'm sorry if I peer pressured you or if I pushed you. I'm sorry. That was not a good decision. Wouldn't recommend it. I hope that doesn't stand in your way of anything in your future law enforcement. So, dude, good luck. Go for it. Go for it and good luck, because I definitely know how hard it is. George, as funny as ever.
Fucking character.
I love George. Ace. He'll hit me up on... actually, I just added him on Snapchat, so I like his stories, and he's funny. Big George, I can relate to him a lot more than I thought I would, and dude, I think I hit him up the other day. Just keep doing what you're doing, what he's doing for the kids. 100%, I get it, dude. And to do it in your community that you grew up, I'm over here, I live in Covina now. I'm definitely a different lifestyle. There's still issues here, as everywhere's gonna be, but dude, to do it in the community that you're doing it in. Dude, that's badass, because that's where you're needed, and that's why I think he's religious. I'm not sure. If God put you there for a reason, that's your role, and you're teaching kids a lot about life. Just good job, dude. Just proud of you. Say hi to your dad. I actually worked with his dad at the repo company. Great, just welcomed me, just made me feel comfortable. And then later on, we found out, hey, my son, you went to Mountain View? Yeah, man. And then he ended up knowing my father-in-law, so. Small world. Amani. Actually, I don't even want to say small world. It's just Amani. Typical Amani for you. And then Izzy. Dude, good job on the first podcast. That was good. You're a great friend. Great friend to Hector. Great friend to everyone.
Great person all around.
Yeah, dude. He's a good guy. We played softball together when he was playing, and we both lived in Chino Hills at the time, so we would carpool. We had some good conversations, man. He I know he's not I don't want to say on the side of the law, but I know he has different views than I do about law enforcement, because obviously I would want to be in that field. But yeah, no, we talked about it. He knows my intentions. I'm sure, hopefully, if I do get in to law enforcement, maybe some of your guys' opinions might change. It's hey, I know someone now.
I have family in law enforcement.
So.
Yeah, no, it's good that was number 1, so it's kind of the last one. But I don't think all law enforcement is terrible. I've realized that. Just like in anything. You might go to fucking, I don't know, where could we go today? Let's say we go to McDonald's, and then fucking cashier's shit. You're that's a shit person doing a shit job. Yeah. Same thing with law enforcement. That's what I've realized. There's some that are shit and luckily. Unfortunately, those are the ones that make the news. Those are the ones that get attention. You don't hear about the great cop doing, I share those videos when you see that, hey, this fucking guy pulled over, and then because he needs to fix his tie, so the cop did it for him. Dude, that's beautiful. That's what you need in your community.
Dude, there is a lot of that doesn't get shared. Dude.
Yeah.
Amani PD, dude, I know they, a lot of our listeners, or your listener, not our listener, but
our listeners,
community,
because of you.
There's a lot of good people in there. People that, I applied for there. They had a small opening. thought I was in. I was really close. It didn't work out. They froze the hiring, and they just barely opened it up. So, I met a lot of good people, like, you know, David Avalos, Senior. He ran the Torch program. My brother would help him. He took me on a ride along, dude. I got to see how it was out there, dude. You know, if some of you, you know, don't or have your certain view about law enforcement, I recommend go on a ride along. Just like, you know, a lot of my views in life is, you know, I put myself in their shoes to see how it is. Because the media is always going to spin it. Like, they'll just show the incident, but they don't show what happened. They don't show the resolution. Like, nothing. They just show that little clip, and, you know, that's it. You know, a lot of the time they're like, oh, he was found justified. And then people get upset, but it's like, dude, you don't have all the information. Like, and I'm not saying everyone's perfect, because no one's perfect. Yeah, there's those bad incidents. I think for Rudy, like, the one that I got upset at was the Parkland shooting, where the guy was there and he's going to court. They're taking him to court for not
going inside.
Yeah, like, if that was me, dude, my daughter, your daughter, anyone, I'm willing to risk my life for them. I don't know you, like, but that's my job. Not that it's my job, but, you know, I feel like that's my purpose, and that's what I'm going to do, because that's the kind of person. So him not doing that, that's coward. Just, dude, like, imagine how many people you could have saved.
Yeah.
Dude, you have a gun. You know, you can do it. Like, but he didn't. So, you know, on that one, it's just like, dude, I can't even say anything about that. We'll see what happens. But yeah, on that one, you know, I don't agree with that. But a lot of the other ones, it's just like, you know, I see it from both sides, and I see the shit they have to go through. Like, so just people talking shit. They want to get a reaction out of you. So, and a lot of it, honestly, like when I recently went on a ride along not too long ago, because I applied for Bell Gardens Police Department, and I rode with a younger kid. Well, not kid, he was probably like 26, 27, so I'm older than him. Dude, respect gets respect. Like, if they pull you over and you're just like, oh, why you pull me over? Blah, 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 blah. Like, dude, they need a reason to pull you over. So they have something on you. Just figure out what it is. Like, oh, no, like, yeah, cool, whatever. You show them your insurance. They're going to see you're not up to nothing bad. They're like, all right, cool, yeah, just go about your business. Like, I think on all the ride-alongs I've gone on, we gave one ticket. And this lady was being an absolute freaking biatch. So normally, he was going to give her a chance, too, because she didn't have insurance. She just pretty much what I did. But, you know, luckily I knew the officer. And also, you know, I'm not up to no good or nothing like that. But she was just mouthing off. She was saying we were racist, that we pulled her over. But it was like, dude, like, you were, like, literally speeding. That's why you got pulled over. We don't see who's in the car. Like, you were just going so fast. Like, that's why you got pulled over. And she was just complaining, saying that they're racist. Like, this happens all the time. If she was driving a different car, like, it wouldn't have mattered. Like, no, like, dude, you're going like 50 and a 30. You're going to get pulled over no matter who you are. But yeah, so he was going to even give her a chance and be like, hey, you don't have this, you don't have this, you don't have it. She didn't have nothing. No insurance, no registration. She had just bought the car, supposedly. But she didn't have a license. She didn't have insurance. So he was going to let her park it on the side, but no one can move the car for her. Like, her passenger didn't have a driver's license. So he's like, all right, sorry, I have to tow it. Like, if it is what it is. So he was still going to give her a break after, and then she just blew up, and he's like, all right, well, whatever. She's being, you know,
yeah.
Not. I'm just.
I personally, I've had such terrible experiences with cops, and I've had pleasant ones. I still am an immigrant, but I mean, we couldn't get licenses back in the day, and I was driving home from Chuck E. Cheese. Cop pulled over next to me and just told me, where are you going? I said, home. He goes, you got a license? I said, no. He goes, why the fuck would you tell me that? Because then you're going to tell me to show you, and you're going to be like, oh, you're lying to me. And then, you know, I'm going to put myself in the worst spot. So I goes, hey, man, seem all right. Go home. I don't want to see you again. Dude. And that's happened. But I've been in the spot where I'm not in shape by any means. I was in good shape earlier on in my life. I was running. I got a gun pulled on me. Okay, so let me put you in this scenario. Okay. I'm running down the street. You know Max and Magnolia, you know, by the laundromat? Mm-hmm. I used to run at night because I used to bartend, get off work late, 2, 3, and I go for a run. I wanted to get back in shape. I was already in shape. So now I'm sprinting. So I'm running down the street, And I just, obviously it's a cop car, right? Because they shine the light right in front of your face. I have headphones on. This is before Beats or Bluetooth and all that. So you got the little fucking string hanging down. Phone in my hand. The light is fucking shiny, blinding, whatever you want to call it, right in my face. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I put my hands up to like try to see what the fuck's going on. And I could see him step in front of the
light.
The light, you could make his figure. And he has his hands out, like, you know, around his pistol, like aiming at me. So I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And, you know, so my reaction is to, I don't know what you're supposed to do. My reaction is to take off my headphones so I could see what the fuck. He's yelling something at me, but I'm running with music on, loud, something motivational. Not motivational, I mean like some fucking rock, heavy metal type shit to like get the blood flowing.
Yeah.
And as I'm, taking them off my ears, all I hear is, put your fucking hands down. Put your fucking hands down. Get the fuck on the floor. Turn the fuck. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Like, I'm running, right? So I have my phone in my hand. So he's like, drop whatever the fuck's in your hand. Let it go. I'm like, the fuck? This shit expensive as fuck. Like, you stupid. So I'm like, all right, I'll turn around. So I'm like, turning around. And he grabs me and he throws me against the car. He's like, the fuck you doing out here? And I'm still holding onto my phone, right? So he's like trying to like, I'm kind of letting him know, dude. He has, I don't know how most people react. I know Ernie's gangster as fuck because I know he got a gun pulled on him and he was still gangster as fuck. But a cop, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? So I'm just kind of letting him like kind of detain me, right? I thought he was going to put handcuffs on, but he doesn't. So what the fuck? What are you doing out here? And like you said, I don't know if he did it like that, but he just kind of like chilled. Like, what the fuck are you doing out here? So I was like, running. What the fuck? And he's like, you match a suspect's description, la 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 la, just giving me the rundown. And I'm like, oh, dude, I'm just jogging, man. I'm running. I just got off work. I do this every night. This is my route. I do this every night. And he's like, starts patting me down. You have anything on you? And I've said it before in George Artie's podcast. I have a knife on me. So like, yeah, I got a knife in my right pocket. So like, he's all, grab it. And like, dude, I'm like, this is before social media blew up and all that. I was like 22, 23, so maybe 7, 8 years ago. So I just reach in like a fucking idiot and I grab it and I bring it out. It's a big old fucking shank. Like, what the fuck you doing with that? And I look up and he's pointing the gun at me. And I'm like, oh fuck! Like I put it on the front, like on his hood. He goes, why haven't you let go of the phone? I'm not gonna break it, dude. Like this shit's expensive, you know. He goes, put it down. So I put it down, and I was like, it was like 3 a.m, 2, 3 a.m. So it's like adrenaline, nerves. It's cold. I'm kind of shaking. He was like, why are you all jittery? Like, are you on something? And I was like, dude, I told you what I was doing, man. Like, check the fucking phone. I have the Nike running app. Like, I do this every night. And he goes, you match the description, you know, like I could have blown your fucking head off. And I'm like, I'm glad you didn't. Like, what am I supposed to do? And he goes, when I say put your fucking hands down, you put your fucking hands down. I was like, I had the headphones on, my man. Like, I couldn't hear shit. And he's like, do you have your, I didn't have an ID at the time. I didn't have anything. So he's like, license or like an ID. And I was like, I don't have one. So you just go out running like this, like you're not committing crimes or whatever. I'm like, dude, check the fucking app. Like, I'm tracking where I'm running. Like, you know, I don't know if you remember that app, but it had little green or red, whatever, like if you're slowing down. I'm like, check the fucking app, man. And so like 5 minutes, like, you know, go by and he kind of chills out. He goes, so what are you doing? I'm like, dude, I bartend. I get off work late. So I come and he's like, dude, you could get killed out here. And I was like, dude, I see a gangster on the street and I know him. Like, and that's what one of my favorite quotes was. Not favorite, but like what I would tell the homies, like, dude, I see a gangster and I feel safer than when I see a fucking cop, like in my city. You feel me? And like, he just boiled it down. Like, where do you live? I told him, like, dude, literally down the street. Like, why are you running from here then? Because that was a little suspicious too. I'm like, dude, I go down Fineview, I make a left. I go down Maxon to Fineview, make a left, go down, go this way. Then I run Durfee all the way down to Ramona, and go all the way down. Yeah, I used to do like 10 miles a night, and I got in really good shape then. Yeah. That's when Izzy was doing the MMA shit, so I was just kind of working out on the side with him, and so it kind of like, okay, like, what are you doing? And so he told me just go home. I'm like, dude. He kept my knife, and so he just followed me as I walked like towards my house. I'm like, dude, you're gonna follow me? At least give me a raise. I can't do that. Only if I arrest you. You want to be arrested? I'm like, dude, all right. So I put my headphones on, and then walking, like, he shines a light on me. He goes, take the fucking headphones off. Like, I was like, dude, like, at this point, you know, I was like, whatever, dude. Yeah. I'm going home. I go home, whatever. Nothing happens. Another time, we're walking on the street. Me, Ernie, and one of the homies. Gangster ass homie. Tatted. Blasted full up down the body. Just walking. He comes, pulls over next to us. Gun drawn. Like, get your ass on the floor. Me and Ernie sit on the... Put your hands, I don't know if you know the drill. Hands behind the back, legs in front of you, one over the other.
Yeah.
It was a homie. And I'm not a loudmouth, but I'm a loudmouth. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I'm the dangerous one, like, he's the safe one. Why the fuck are you fucking handcuffing him? Like, dude, you got to be careful. Like, I'm going to take out front. He just kind of like, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up, la, la, la. And I'm like, dude, just because he's tatted, like, are you profiling or what the fuck? Like, shut your fucking mouth. And I'm like, dude, this isn't cool. Like, what has he done? Like, because they turn him around on the floor. Like, they're handcuffed and they're like on the floor, like face down. And I'm like, dude, this is not right. Like, I hope the neighbors see this. Like, because we're in the residential area. I'm like, I hope somebody comes outside and sees what the fuck you're doing. Because this isn't right. He runs our shit, sees that we have nothing. Nothing on our record. So he's like, okay, you guys can go home. He made him stay for whatever reason. And we had to leave, another unit showed up. So I went my way, Ernie went his way. Next day we hear from him, oh yeah, he let me go a little while after, but he was just giving me shit. And it's like, I'm a regular dude. If I'm having these experiences with you cops, like, imagine what the gangsters are going through. And then they share their story. And I don't say that's right what they do or wrong what they do or whatever, they do it for whatever reason. But I've also heard great stories. I have family in law enforcement now, like now that I'm older. And of course, I never wish anything bad to happen to any cop, to any gangster, to anything, but if they do their job, they're still going to have a bad rep, you feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, there's no win situation. And all I'm saying is, like, they got to hold each other accountable because they say, like, oh no, like, the brotherhood, there's the same way. I think me and Phil were talking about it. Like, they look out for each other because at the end of the day, that's who, like, that's who you go to work with every day. If you're ratting people out now, like, hey, dude, that guy's a snitch. I've never been a cop, so I don't know how they deal with it exactly. But you hear all these stories after the fact, the corruption. They took money. Some of them were in on with the gangsters. It's like,
yeah,
no, and you let it slide.
That's no, that's not okay. Like, it's just like how, there is a brotherhood. Just like, baseball, we go to war together, blah, blah, blah. You go through this shit together, builds a bond. So, obviously, it's super hard to get in. So, obviously, they're not going to just hire anyone off the street. So, you got to just give them, like, hey, this guy, we hire based off integrity, so you got to give them the benefit of the doubt. However, being with someone every day and working with someone every day, you're going to hold your person accountable, right? So, like, hey, Ozzie's not running. He's not working hard doing his fielding drills. He's not hitting, he's not listening, going the other way. You would hold me accountable. Like, hey, like, pick it up, dude. You're dragging ass. So it's going to be the same thing. So I'm not in, but I've seen, like, I know a lot of people who are in it. Like,
no, I have friends.
Friends.
I want them to be safe, I want them to be safe. I don't want nothing to happen to them.
Yeah, no, exactly. You want them
to any of them. To any.
But, they'll hold each other accountable. They're not going to put it out there, but, like, hey, if you're on the shit list with, like, internally, they're trying to bounce you out for sure. Like, they don't want a bad name because they're there, to do good. The reason I want to be in it, the reason Yashada wants to be in it, are the right reasons. But then some people might not get in for the right reasons, and then eventually they're just doing stupid shit and they'll get bounced out, dude. They don't like it, so they'll try to get them fired. Any little thing, they'll fire their asses. It's the hardest job to get and the easiest job to lose. So, I don't know, maybe because I see this side of it. And then again, with the story, it's just running at 3 a.m. Like, I've been out. Like, and you don't see people running, and you're fine. You just gotta, like, hey, this is what's it. This is it. Like, hey, I have nothing to hide. As long as you're that, I'm like, all right, cool. But whatever, if he was having a bad day, whatever, 3 a.m. is probably, like, already end the shift. So he's just like, all right, dude, I gotta just make sure this fool goes home. And, he's telling the truth. Because you gotta remember, like, dude, they see the shit of the shit.
That's true, too.
Like, they can't afford, I can't afford to give someone the benefit of the doubt. I have to be, trust but verify. Like, okay, I let my guard down for 1 second and what happens? I'm gonna get stabbed. I'm gonna get shot because I didn't pat them down right. Like, and you think, like, oh, wow, they're just, like, being ready, like, they're profiling. But, like, a lot of the time, like, the reason they're in certain areas is because, like, hey, there's been a lot of break-ins. and it's just one person or it's two people, like there's a correlation to it. So it's not like they just go and want to just bust your ass. Like sometimes yes, but that's like also in context. Like when I went on the ride along, there's this little gang and young kids, dude, like 14, 15-year-olds driving cars already and having like $2,000 in their pocket, like doing bad stuff. Like, you do whatever you got to do for a reason. So again, like, growing up on that side, I understand, dude. Like fucking, when I wasn't working, I was freaking Uber driving. I do whatever it takes to take care of my family. So, just holding yourself accountable, doing it the right way, the best you can. Some other people don't have options. They don't have those options. So that's it. So, I mean, I understand it too. It's not the best choice. Hopefully things get better and you don't have to live that lifestyle. But there's bad people. They do bad stuff. And sometimes it takes them to go to jail to find out, like, shit, this isn't worth it. I got to change my life. So I'm not saying it's perfect because it's messed up. People get thrown in jail, like, for no reason, and then the lawyers, they just want a quick conviction, and that's not the cop's job. The cop's job is just, hey,
you broke the law.
You broke the law. We just got to arrest you. Then just go to the judge. So it's just like, hey, yeah, it is part of their job, and then they're just, they're just doing their job. Like, you got to use your common sense. Hey, there's a bunch of burglaries around here, and this one guy in the hood happens around 3 a.m. Maybe not the best idea. I'm sure in the back of your mind, like, damn, maybe this is not the best idea. But whatever. This is the only time that you're going to have.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. And, hopefully you explain it. And, like, hey, I'm not a bad person. This is, like, if you're up to no good, you're going to get nervous. And you're going to talk shit. But if you're not, you're like, hey, like, no, like, this is normal. Like, and every situation is different. So, I can't speak on everything. But, again, it's just, you got to put yourself in their shoes as well. A lot of the time we say, hey, you're profiling, you're harassing me. No, they pull you over for a reason. Like, no, like they show up because someone called the cops on you because you're hanging out and they think you're a threat. So who are you going to call? You're not going to call freaking your uncle to come over here. You're going to call your local law enforcement to come check it out. So you got to consider that side too. And I think I see more of that side. So like when I see other posts, again, like Iran and Ozzie probably post the most, but it also makes me see the other side of the coin. Like, yeah, I can't always be 100% on this side. Because, yeah, people do mess up. They're human beings. Like, dude, do you want me out there letting my guard down and, oh, fuck, Ozzie got shot, dude? Like, well, that's part of his job. That's what he signed up for. It's like,
no.
It is, but it isn't.
Yeah.
Like, dude, how I said, like, I would want to coach for a living. Like, dude, what better, career to help people, like, help my own community. That's why with, like, Amani, I was, like, really hoping to get in, but whatever. It didn't happen. It is what it is. But, dude, like, just on the oral interview, I just killed it just because I was just like, hey, I grew up here. Like, I know what it's like. I can talk to the kids. Like, they like that part of it. So, like, to give back to your own community would be great. Like, those are the reasons and, the aspirations that I have to be in law enforcement. And, what's better than stopping a crime, preventing it before it even happens. And it could be considered, okay, profiling, but like, hey, there's a group of freaking 4 people in a car. They match the description. They have been committing crimes all week. Like, dude, they're going to pull it over. It's just, like, make good decisions. And hopefully that's what I'm trying to teach my kids as well. Like, come on, make good decisions. Like, there was a shooting in the, at a graduation party in West Covina. I think someone died. I think also in Azusa. Dude, that sucks. That's not their fault. Like, but also, like, hopefully what I could teach my kids, it's like, dude, have the wherewithal to recognize, like, hey, like, this crowd's a different crowd of not what I'm used to. Like, maybe I shouldn't be here. Like, but it all comes with, like, hold yourself accountable, make good decisions, and, don't put yourself in bad situations. Sometimes, hey, it's going to happen. Like, I'm just wrong place, wrong time. That's all it is. And just get through it. Boom, go. Because they don't want to waste their time. Like, dude, I stopped this guy, but nothing. Yeah, fuck. All right, go. Like, we actually have to go find these bad people that are committing crimes. Like, their intentions are not to harass people. And, like, dude, they want to catch bad guys. They don't want to bust people's balls that are just hardworking. Like, and they'll let you go for the most part, too. Like, we pulled over this kid, and he ran a stop sign. super nervous and just were like, but the guy recognized he was a good kid. He was just gonna go out. So he's like, hey, sign the ticket. Just letting you know, I might be busy and I might not show up. So just go to court and you might not even have to pay anything. You might have to pay $10. So he's like, oh, okay, thank you. So now hopefully he's more careful, driving, not rolling stop signs. But yeah, I see it more on that side. That's why. But I like that you guys do post that, just because I also see the other side. So that way I want to put myself in the other shoes as well. So
I encourage you to follow it too, because like I told you, Saad, I know when you get in there, you're going to be one of the good ones. And like always, you're going to lead by example. And I mean, I just want to reiterate, like, I don't hate them all. Like, it's just that I've seen it personally. Like, the bad, like, straight up just come, start profiling. We're just hanging out. Same thing, if we were in a different area, maybe they wouldn't do it. But just because it's the hood, you can't hang out. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Come, handcuff us all on the curve type thing. So it's like, nobody has to tell me that story. I lived it.
Yeah.
And all we did was hang out. We weren't having any drinks. There was no drugs involved. No nothing. We were just hanging out in the front yard. And all of a sudden, there's 10... Ask Ernie about this story. There's like 10 police fucking cruisers. That's how old we are. Cruisers, not the SUVs they drive around now. And we're just like, what the fuck, dude? And like, oh, you guys are up to no good. It's like, well, you can explain it. We're like, dude, we're doing nothing. We're not playing music. We're just hanging out, like talking, like on a fucking Wednesday afternoon. And he had the SWAT team there ready to kill us and shit.
Yeah. Well, we got to realize that's like someone called that in. And you're not thinking about that. You're just like, fuck, they're just like, someone had to call that in for that response. Like, usually it's just two patrol cars. That's it. But for them to roll with that presence, someone has to call in and say something for them to demand that action. They don't want to rate Almani, I'm going to guess.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm trying to remember, but there's not many cars. There's not many patrol cars out at the same time. Like, they have to have a certain amount. So if there's 10, that's pretty much the whole.
Say 6
shift.
or 7, like 8. Like,
okay.
Yeah, 10 maybe even be high, but it wasn't like 4. Yeah. It was like 8 or 9, 7, 8, that area.
What you got to realize is, and then again, just because like, I've been on those calls, they're not. Someone called something in to demand that response, because that's pretty much the whole shift showing up. So something made them give that, and it's not your fault. A lot of it. They have to respond, so they could say, oh yeah, there's this gangster, and it looks like the same guy that pulled out a knife on. So boom, all right. So they're thinking, okay, someone has a knife. He already threatened someone. We got to go and prepare just in case anything happens. Because again, you let your guard down like 1% of the time, and that might be it for you. You're not going to come home now just because you let your guard down for 1%. And then they see this shit like every day. So that's not. And again, I'm not saying it's okay, but something warranted that response, unfortunately. For that's a big presence. It's a lot.
We were laughing. We're like, what the fuck, dude? Because we had nothing on us. I mean, everybody had like a knife. Everybody carries a knife. I think money. You used to carry a knife. I remember. Money. And like, so they were just like, oh, you guys armed? Like, you don't lie to them. We're not done. We're like, yeah, you got a knife, and then like they pat you down. You show them your knife, and they throw it, and you're like, fuck, this thing's expensive. And I mean, it turned out to be nothing, because it was nothing. But at the same time, I'm just like,
dude, and believe me, they do not want to waste all their resources on a wasted call. Like, dude, imagine, like, everyone always talks shit. Oh, you can be doing better. Like, no, dude, like, someone called us to be here, and that's why we're here. We just want to check it out, make sure, because they got to file a report. All right, we went over here. They got to type it in their system. Okay, no crime committed. Like, nothing. Not able to locate, like, the suspect that we're looking for. So they're held accountable on every single call. So they got to mark it down, blah, blah, blah. Trust me, they'd rather be doing better shit. Like, I want to be actually stopping. I want to be helping people. Like, when they sign up to help people, not like, oh, they're just violating my rights. Like, no, dude, like, for the most part, we got called here, like, to check you out, or like, hey, like, they just stole a white CRV, Honda CRV, and it had a dent on the right panel, and you're like, that's why we're pulling you over, to make sure, like, hey, you're not it. And again, it's just not, you can't let your guard down when you're, like, if you're in the streets and there's a bunch of people, they, like, don't like you, you can't put your guard down. You just got to always be on the swivel. And then, 2, that's perpetuated by, again, the media, and it's, like, dividing. Like, no, dude, like, Like, I follow them on Facebook and stuff. Like, they do a lot of stuff for the community.
I did. I saw that recently,
like,
too. I started following them. Just now that I'm older, I mean, I don't drive nice cars, but I don't get pulled over anymore.
Yeah.
And it's weird because, as soon as I'm not driving a Civic, I don't get pulled over. I'm like, whatever. I'm going to take that, you know? And so I'm like, okay. I get pulled over once in a great while. Like, one time when I first moved out to Moreno Valley, it said, your plates don't match, you know? Your plates are fucking Almani. Like, what are you doing out here? I was like, I just recently moved out here. Like, is your license going to say your old address? I was like, yeah. So they saw that it matched up with whatever. I guess they ran my plates. And I told them, I was like, dude, like, I worked in restaurants most of my life. I keep saying that. So I'll always buy a meal for like a firefighter or whatever. I love firefighters. Firefighters, like, I applaud them, dude. I love them.
Shout out to Adrian Cardina, my brother-in-law, firefighter.
Angel Villegas. Is he a firefighter?
He was a military firefighter.
Okay.
Right now he's doing something else now that he's out of the
Mario
military.
Camarena.
I think he's in.
Shout out to... Oh, and Larry, Sergio Larry.
Oh, yeah. I did his baby shower. I did
no shit.
Baby
cool.
shower. Yeah, well, actually, Rudy took it for Stephanie. Cool. But yeah, we did their baby shower. Yeah,
and
Larry,
so,
can't believe I forgot about that, dude. It's super cool.
They'll come in or whatever. I'll be like, dude, I'll buy your food. Like, nah, dude, trust me. Like, it's cool. Like, I'm good. And I'm like, nah, man, let me buy your food. And then sometimes I will, because they'll be like, and sometimes like, nah, trust me, dude, it's cool. I don't know how much they make. I don't care. But like, dude, I got it. It's cool. And so I was like, hey, man, I'm about to get a burger. Like, you want something? He's like, why? I'm like, like, same thing. I'm an adult now. I was like, dude, you're just doing your job. You know, you didn't give me no trouble. Like, pay it forward, you know? Like, keep doing what you're doing, because I appreciate it, too, you know? Like, I've never called the cops on it. Oh, I'm lying. I did call once. I'll tell you a story right now. And so he's like, dude, I can't take it. And I was like, why? You know, it's just policy. And I was like, okay, I respect that. I was like, no, don't trip, you know, but just... Yeah,
so if you're going to do it, don't ask them, just do it. And then after the fact, so, like, it's like, oh, yeah, he paid for it.
Okay.
Because they'll always tell you no, because you can't.
Okay.
You can't.
Yeah. Oh, well, I did call the cops once, because I was driving down at my old place. I left Food Flesh in Monte of Garvey and Valley, and I lived on Maxon, right, by Bill's. Yeah. So I was driving down Valley, make a right on. Dude, there's this like Asian lady in the middle of the street, like between lanes, like not in the middle. I mean between lanes, like where it's a two lanes
in the middle of the same lane going the same direction.
Yeah, and I was like, I almost hit her. Like, I had my lights on and everything, but it was just like, oh, fuck, there's, you know, you don't expect to see somebody walking, and let alone be right there in the middle. So I just pulled over, and I was like, something's wrong. So I got off, and I approached her. I was like, yo, like, you okay? And she turned around, dude, and I'm sure she was on some sort of pills or some shit. Her eyes were, like, the size of, like, coins. Like, I'm talking some fucking quarter-type eyes. Yeah. And it just freaked me out. So I was like, are you okay? And it was like, I was in there. Like, she just turned around and, like, was looking around like I was in there, you know, like, she probably heard the voice. So I did call the cops. I was like, yo, man, you know, I almost hit this lady. She's in the middle of the street. Like, I don't want her to get hit, but, you know, she's not responding to me. Let me throw it in. She was Asian, so maybe she didn't understand. So I was like, oh, I don't know if she speaks English, so, you know, I don't want nothing to happen to her. I tried getting her attention and make her come off, and she wouldn't. It's like, all right, we'll send a unit. Dude, I stood there, and it took like 20 minutes for somebody to show up. And then I told him, hey, dude, I called. This lady was sitting there. It was standing there, and, you know, it's like, luckily it was like, I don't know, 11:30ish when I called. So there wasn't too much traffic. Like, people would see her, and they would avoid, like, honk or whatever. She would just stand there. So it was a little freaky. Yeah. But then I was like, you guys got it? They're like, yeah. I was like, cool, I'm out of here. So I did call the cops once. Because I always prided myself, dude, I'll never call the cops. But I know, like you said, who am I going to call? I don't want her to get hit, dude. Yeah. Remember, like, I get home the next morning, I hear, oh, this lady died on fucking Valley. Yeah. So I was like, dude, yeah. Cause I made it right on Maxon. I was like, no, Hector, like, nah, dude, she's a human, you know. Yeah. Well, who knows? Who knows what she's going through? I don't know if she was on drugs, dude. I don't want to say that because I don't know who the fuck she was. But it was just weird because she was just there in the middle of the street. Yeah. So I lost some street cred calling the cops, but that's okay.
No, dude, that's okay. To say that, I've called the cops on mainly, and I think this is probably also like one of the driving factors. And then this is just my mentality change because I have kids. I hate bad drivers. Like, dude, like, why do you got to go 100 miles per hour? Like, dude, like, why you got to run it? Like, and then it's like blatantly drunk drivers. I'll just be like, hey, I remember, dude, we're going to the mall. So we're driving down Vincent. Dude, this guy was hammered and just weaving through lanes, and I was like, dude, I have to call before he hits someone or runs someone over. Like, I don't want to be my kid, I don't want to be your kid. It doesn't matter. If he hits somebody's someone, kid. It's somebody. Yeah, it's a person. So, like, just, again, I had to do it, so I just called the cop. I'm like, hey, there's this, silver, late model Nissan Altima. I gave him the plate number. I was like, they're just traveling, westbound. They just passed the mall, so I think they just went under the 10 underpass. The police station's right here, so hopefully they got him pretty quick. I was like, yeah, he's weaving in and out. He almost hit a couple people already. He almost hit me. So I was just like, that's probably my biggest pet peeve, because I don't want drunk drivers or just stupid drivers. Like, all right, whatever. If you're young, get pulled over, pay your ticket, pay insurance for 3 years, and hopefully that teaches you a lesson to not be driving like a dumbass, because you're going to kill me. You're going to kill my kids or someone's kids. So, and then that, again, like when I was young, that was me driving like a freaking idiot. And like as you get older, it's like, no, like, there's bigger things in life. Like,
you got to change.
You're risking a lot for 5 minutes that you're going to save on your commute, or 2 minutes. Like, really? Is that worth it? No, it's not. So,
I'm the old guy in the slow lane, man.
Yeah.
I think I've mentioned it. I'm like driving 70, and if I could get 65 without cars like trying to hit me and all, because people get mad. So 70 is cool because I'm still getting good MPG.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I already have the time down, so I'm like, 72 is like perfect, but I can't hold it steady there. I'm like, let's just leave it at 70. And I mean, it is what it is, like you say, because I'm content with that. I'm like, I know where I'm going. I leave early enough so I'm not going to be late.
Yeah.
I'm in no rush to get home. If I'm going anywhere, it's like, dude, I went to the Dodger game and they were like, step on it. And I was like, why? Like, we're going to be late. I'm like, so what? Like, we're going to miss the first inning.
We're going to listen to it on the radio. It's not
yeah, a big deal. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm not going to get pulled over, and then we're going to be late 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And that ticket, I don't expect you to pay for it, and I don't want you to pay for it, but I'm going to pay for that. So I'm like, nah, and they're like, huh? Like,
the next time you drive, fucker.
No, and it was funny because they were like, I like your attitude. And I was like, I don't, because I'm thinking things through logically,
Yeah.
Before I didn't, but I guess this is who I am now.
When you're younger, and then you just... And then another thing, like the spirit of the law and the letter of the law, like if you're cool, they're just going to let you go, and they're like, hey, dude, don't do it just because blah, blah, blah. You're free to go. Like, I'm not going to give you a ticket. Like, on the right, like, I think we've only gave like 2 tickets, and I've been like on 4 or 5 four ride-alongs. We've gave 1 ticket out.
I'd be down to do that, to go on a ride-along. What do I got to do? Just go to like to Monty PD and
just ask them, like, hey, can I go on a ride-along? They'll just hook you up with someone if you want to go. Like
that same day, or is it like type of schedule? Like, oh, we could do next Thursday.
Well, I knew someone that David Avalos, my brother knows him, helped him in Torch. He got me in, so I was riding along with him. We arrested this kid, and he had a warrant. So I mean, obviously, you got to take him in when they have a warrant. Not necessarily, just depending what it is. Like we pulled over a hardcore gangster in Bell Gardens, but he just really respectful, just older OG, and he's just like, hey, it is what it is. It is the life I chose. I didn't make the best decisions, and I have tattoos on my head. He's like, I get it. He's like, but yeah, I'm not up to no good. Like, I don't have my driver's license. That's why my lady's driving. And just super cool dude. And so like, okay. And then they're like, well, you do have a warrant for driving without the license. And he's like, and if you did or not know, like, whatever, like, just because he was so respectful, they're like, hey, you're cool, respect gets respect. You got to go to Los Angeles courthouse and just take care of it. So just tell me you're going to take care of it, and you're on your way. Like, oh yeah, like I didn't know I had it, so like I'll take care of it. He's like, yeah, he's like, you've been cool. I don't want to ruin your night. I mean, just go and just take care of it. And they let him go, dude. And this was like OG, like, and they let him go. But with this kid, he was mouthing off. So they're like, all right, don't give him an excuse, dude. But yeah, dude, go on the ride along, like. Hopefully,
can I make it seem like it's an investigative piece, or will that trip them out? Just be like, I want to get their story. I'm sure it'll come up.
I don't know. I can reach out to a buddy. And
just tell him I'd be down.
He's I've been wanting to go with him just because he's like.
Oh, you do it first.
David Avalos' son, David. Like he's a good friend. Got me into coffee. So hey, shout out David Avalos, Davey on Instagram. Oh, yeah, he should be all right. Yeah, super coffee dude, wants to start on his own coffee thing. And again, I encourage anything. So he's kind of like hesitant, but dude, go for it. Go for it, yeah. He's good dude. Really good dude. Former wrestler. Covina, really good dude. Shout out to him. But yeah, dude, he's just a good guy. I would never want to see anything bad happen to him. But Yeah, I mean, they're always going to get a bad rap no matter what. And it is what it is. Again, they do understand going into it. So, they'll one thing I can tell you, like, police departments are really trying to be more community policing type, like old school. They're really making big pushes. So, like, if they're doing it, like how it's getting implemented or not, I don't know. Every city's different because every city has their own department. But just so you know, they're making a big push. Like, so, like, chiefs are trying to get on social media. Police departments are trying to have Facebook pages and promote, like, National Night Out. So that way you can see, like, hey, they're normal people. They're just, people always say, oh, yeah, to serve and protect, talking shit. But, like, no, dude, that's why they signed up, dude. Like, and a lot of the guys that are in, like, they're, like, dude, Isaac is, dude, one of us. He went to Mountain View. Baseball player. Like, now he's a canine, like, doing good. Like, on that ride along, what I was trying to say is, I ended the night with him. And his canine unit was kind of cool, so we kind of got to catch up. And I think he lives around the area somewhere. But, yeah. Go on the ride along for sure.
Set it up for me. I'm not being lazy, but just like if you could get me like if you could get it done for me, that'd be badass. Because then I'd be down. Because like I said, I have had good experience. Majority of mine have been bad. The people in my social circle, be it good or bad, majority of them have been bad. I have friends, I have family in it. Gilbert Bay, one of my old bartenders I used to bartend with. Now he's a cop. He's a sheriff. And I messaged him like, congrats.
Shout out to Gilbert.
I told him, dude, congrats.
Some stuff for the business. So.
Be safe.
Good kid.
Be safe. I told him, like, be safe. Be careful out there. Gilbert just had a baby. Like, be safe out there.
Yeah, dude.
And I don't just mean that because they're my friends. I mean that to any of them. Be safe out there. The streets are hungry, man. They'll eat people alive.
We live in the real world, and dude, there's bad people out there. Yeah, there is.
But see, my argument is some of them happen to wear a badge. Some of them.
A very select few. So I'm not going to say they're all perfect.
And the same thing. Like, not all gangsters are bad, dude. A lot of them do so much for the community. Like, it's funny. Like, they can't boast about it, though. They can't have hey, dude, we're doing turkey giveaway shit. Yet, some of them do. And it's beautiful to see because you're like fucking the new Robin Hood. Feeding the poor in your own community. Yeah, that money might have not been fucking got in the fucking right way, but
I mean, again, I understand you got to do what you got to do, but then it all starts with holding yourself accountable and making good decisions. And then again, for me, it starts when you're little, and then like the coaching, just to bring it back around full circle. Like, dude, I want everyone to do good and never get in trouble and never have bad experience. But hey, we don't make the best decisions. We don't hold ourselves accountable all the time. So.
If we go into there, I could talk about how my people. I'm on social media, right? I read people's stuff, and obviously it's such a fucked up world. Honestly, it's the best time to be alive. Like, this is, even when we're at war and we're bombing people, this is the safest time to ever be alive in the history of humans, because we're not fighting fucking tigers for dominance. We're not being attacked by wolves. And also, you got to look back and look at like Alexander the Great and all those conquests. And people say, how can we make the world a better place? I always say it starts with school, like with children. And I would say school, man. Like, a lot of these schools are
don't be assholes either.
Understaffed. That too. And if you teach the kids young, like, you're talking sports, but I just mean in general and everything, let them know, hey guys, school's not going to be for everybody. Hey guys,
that's fine.
Do your best at whatever you do. Just do your best. Hey guys, like, teach them the real shit. Because one thing people don't know is like the school system was put in for like factory jobs. Like, that's why there's fucking bowels. Like, that's your lunchtime. That's whatever. Because
conditioning
for work. Like, that's why are you able to graduate is like, sometimes schools are not good enough to graduate into college. Like, they're not credible enough. It's like, okay, you're good enough to be able to do this stupid ass low paying job. So if you tell these kids like, hey dude, like, you're struggling to just be average, like, like, you got to give it a little more. Some kids, that will work on them. I remember a teacher told me, like, you're not that good at math. Like, you're really good at everything. And I was in 4th grade. She told me, you're not good at math. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why not? She goes, you're behind. And I always thought, like, I was not special, but your parents tell you you're special. Your teacher tells you you're special. Dude, math became my favorite subject because I was like, I didn't say like fuck you because I was too young to like understand all that, but I was like I'm gonna prove them wrong. I'm gonna be good at math. So I did all the times tables, all that. Like I learned that quick division. Dude, I was already late.
Teachers are very, very undervalued.
They're undervalued, dude.
Like the really good ones, like, oh my God,
I could
dude.
think about them, dude. I wish I would have not had an ego. Not that I had an ego, but just to gone back and say thank you. Because now I have no clue where they're at.
Was it, who were we talking about? The math teacher? I think he gave up, Mr. Tran or?
Mr. Wang?
Mr. Wang. Yeah, dude. He was just, like, he was a good teacher, dude. There's some that know how to motivate you. Yeah. So maybe, like, dude, you're doing good, but you're falling behind. Maybe that was her way to push you.
And it did.
And it worked. Dude, there's some very special teachers
I have friends
that
are teachers right now, dude, that I will, like you said, you know, like, I'll throw it out there. Cynthia Cruz, like, she's doing that. Have you seen her? She's having fun with the students. I'm like, dude, you're killing it. And she did, I don't know if she still does, with, like, kids that are troublemakers or whatever. And I'm like, dude, that's exactly what they need. Because these kids come to school dreading it. Like, these aren't the talented kids in the special program. These are the kids, like, just, fuck, you gotta drag them there.
And they're not bad.
No.
That's the thing.
But you're making school fun for them. And I mean, I have a friend in, I think it's Oakland, and she's working, like, in one of the worst places to work. And she's out there, like, I'm teaching these kids how to read, and they're, like, 6th graders, you know. They shouldn't be learning. And she's patient with them. Like, she'll do stories or whatever, just teaching them little by little, like, hey, you know, you're behind, but it's not the end of the race. Like, it's not a race, but you can still catch up.
Yeah.
You can still get ahead. And I'm just like, dude. And, you know, they had to go on strike up there because, dude, they're not paying them shit. Oh, because of the cost of living. But, dude, you're right next to San Francisco.
Yeah.
And, like, where are you going to live? Like, and it's terrible like that. Teachers have to go on strike. Teachers, nurses, doctors, dude, pay them whatever they want.
Yeah, dude.
Pay them whatever they want. Like, invest in your kids. Like, I mean, it's...
It sucks. Like, especially, like, the poorer schools have so much turnover. Like, and you have a good teacher for, like, a year or two, and then they have to bounce because, dude, like, they're not getting paid enough.
So they found a better gig.
It sucks. But, yeah, no, teachers are super undervalued, and, you know, you just have those special ones that are really good. And
impactful.
Again, there's some human ones, too. They're going to be like, hey, you know, this kid's messy. I'm not going to even waste my time anymore. Yeah. I'm just going to focus on these kids who want to do good. And then it's not their, like... everyone's dealt a different hand, and you just got to make them realize, hey, you know, it's not your fault, but it's not too late to, again, like, catch up to the race. You can get a new hand, like, learn this stuff. You get to call, you have a better opportunity for something else, or graduate. Like, you don't have to. Some people don't want to go to college. My brother didn't go to college. He owns his own business. He's doing good. Like, I saw
he was at the fucking Dodgers World Series game in Boston.
Yeah, so like,
I mean. Yeah.
Do what makes you happy. That's all that matters. Like, if you do what you love, you're not even working anymore. You're just doing
living.
What you do. Yeah. You're working to live. That's it. You're not living to work and wasting your life. So, but yeah, dude, super undervalued. Teachers.
Just looking at the notebook.
Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh, it kind of goes into the same thing, but
since we're in a little break, I just want to throw it out there. I was a fuck up because of myself. Like, you know, you were mentioning all the good dads. I had a great dad growing up. I still do, you know. And I've asked myself, you know, because I do a lot of self-reflection now that I'm older. I'm like, dude, what was I looking out for at the streets? I remember my parents telling me, like, whatever you're looking for out there, you're not going to find. You know, you have everything you need in this house. It's just one of those cliche things parents say.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I did have a blast, dude. I had so much fun. You know, those terrible decisions make great stories. Because I'm still here.
Yeah.
But I had such a great dad. So I don't want to interrupt you because you were talking about all the good dads. But I had such a good dad. He couldn't be there for my games because he was working fucking endless hours like I am today now,
and
you know.
You got to sacrifice.
And
sometimes.
Yeah, that's the thing. But he was there at all the big things, you know, like graduations, the weekends. Like, this guy just works 60, 70 hours and he's fucking beating. Like, Dad, I want to play catch. Like, I've been throwing a little faster. Like, I've been working on a curveball. Like, you don't even pitch. I know, but like, let's go to the park. You know, my older brother liked cars, so like, we're gonna work on this today, mijo. He made time for everything and everybody.
Yeah.
Still married to my mom today.
4 of you guys?
5 of us.
5. Ooh.
And
got me beat by 1.
And he got everything done, and I'm so proud of him. You know, it's weird to say proud of your dad, but I mean, I'm not religious anymore. I think, you know, but he still is very religious. And he just put his head down and worked from one shitty job to a less shitty job to a less shitty job, to a decent job, to a good job, to a better job, to now a career. Like, my dad has no papers, had no papers, no English, didn't know the language, came over here at 17 years old and just said, like, I'm over here to make a better life for you kids. And now, you know, what is it, 2019? He just bought his house 2017, you know.
Nice.
He's living the American dream. I tell him, like, when are you going to retire? And I go back to Mexico. It's, my granddaughter's here. Like, my kids are here. Like, this is my life now. Like, I'm an American. And now he has a citizenship, you know.
Hell yeah.
Like, now he's an American. He can vote. Like, he trips him out. Like, dude, I can vote. Like, he's paid taxes his whole life. Like, he's always done everything by the book. Everything by the book. And that's why I'm like, why was I such a fuck up? You know, when I had the best example at home. And I mean, I couldn't be prouder of him. You know, to this day, he gets up at 2 a.m. because he has to be at work at 3. He works 16-hour shifts because he's a truck driver. And every day, like, sometimes I'll be getting home. Like, right now, I won't see him tonight, right? But I'll get home and I'll be like, "It's up, Dad?" Like, it's like, just another day, man. Just another day.
When you're a parent, it's just like that, dude. Just like, dude, I feel like the past 3 years, it's just like that. Just every day, day by day, day by day. Like, they'll ask my wife. Like, they'll ask me, but like, I don't know. I just go to work. I do the easier stuff. I think being a stay-at-home mom's harder, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being with the kids, like, and cleaning the house and making sure they're fed, and it's a lot. Like, so she gets off of work. Like, work is her break, pretty much. Like, it's tough. So it's just like day by day. It's just, as a parent, you just grind it out, and it's all for your kids. So, dude, Dad's a good example. So, and I mean, it is what it is. We still have more time, I hope.
Yeah.
So, it's never too late. You can do great things still. A lot of people do great things later on in their life. It don't matter.
I like the trajectory I'm on. Just like, I changed, you know. Not that I was a fuck up, but just I didn't take myself seriously. So now I look back on my life, and I'm like, how can people take you seriously when you didn't take yourself seriously?
And then it goes back to holding yourself accountable. Now that you're doing it, you're like, okay, I can do better.
Yeah.
I can do better.
Like, just a little sidetrack. Some gossip started at work. The job I'm working right now, about me, and just me being the great employee that I am today, the great work ethic, showing up early, staying late, helping people, covering lunches, whatever, taking my lunch last. You know, I'm always, dude, you guys are hungry. Like, go ahead. And they're like, no, dude, we're all hungry. I'm like, I can hang. I'm all right. Doing the little things that nobody wants to do. You know, the tedious cleaning. Yeah. I'm like, I'll just do it without anybody asking. Cause
we can all go home quicker.
And I know you're not gonna do it, and if I ask you, you're gonna be like, well, I did it last time, so I'll just do it. I'll do it, so there's no ever, hey, he didn't do that type of shit.
Yeah.
So this little rumor started about me being lazy and not working, and everybody shut it down quick. Like, it never got to me.
Yeah.
You know that whole, like, I say something to you, and then you say it to telephone. Everybody told me after the fact, dude, hey, this little rumor was going around that you were just kind of not doing your job, and we let him know, like, dude, he's here every fucking day, just working nonstop, just working. So whoever told you that is lying or is trying to get under somebody's skin, because that's not who he is. And he's not the type of person to talk about people. So whatever you're hearing, like, shut it down, because that's not true.
Yeah.
And like 4 different coworkers told me that, and I was just like, you don't have to, because I don't care. You know, let people talk. Let them do whatever they want about me, dude. I don't know. I'm not too. I guess I'm trying to let go of my ego. So I'm like, dude, I don't care. Let them. You know, if that's gonna make them happy, let them, dude. Whatever, dude. I'm just another coworker. I clock out and I'm done. I don't think about this place at all.
I don't take it home.
And so they were just like, yeah. So we had to let them know that. And I was like, don't tell me who started it. I don't want to know who told you anything. Like, it doesn't matter to me. And then they're like, that's exactly what we thought you were going to say. And then they told me, like, are you surprised that, like, somebody would start the... I don't care, dude. Like, let them. And it was funny because they're like, you know how, like, we knew it was fake? And I was like, why? And they're like, because we worked with you. And we know that's not you. And I know before at other jobs, he would be like, dude, he's lazy. Like, he works really hard when he wants to. But when he doesn't, he just phones it in. Because I knew, like, yeah, that is very true. Because that's exactly who I was.
Yeah,
and correct. Yeah, I'm not denying that. But if you need me to work, like, really hard, like, you can count on me to work really hard. Yeah. But if I'm just kind of like, it's Friday, I'm ready to go home, call it in early. Now I'm like, no, dude, I'm a better person than that. And that's what I mean. Like, my trajectory. Like, now I expect more out of myself. So that, like I said, like, people were willing to back me up without me being present or caring, but people were willing to do that for me. I was like, I don't Like, I'm like, whatever. Like, even then, I was like, thank you for doing that, but you don't have to, like, let them. But
there's always going to be politics at.
And I was just like, that's who I am now. Somebody's willing to, like, stick out for me and say, hey, don't say that about him. He's not that person. And I was like, that speaks volumes about who I'm becoming. So I was just like, me and my boss told me, hey, man, you know, you're working really well. I like what you're doing. You kind of struggled at the beginning. You know, on your interview, you killed it, said whatever, and you're killing it again. So good job. And I was just like, if you're saying that, then there's no issues here.
Yeah,
I'm cool. And then I don't know, dumb story, but just kind of those, you know, it's happened like
validation.
a week ago. So I was just like, yeah, it's cool, man. I don't put much thought into my job right now. I got other stuff.
Yeah, and then it kind of goes back to like how you're living your life, because like I kind of learned that very early in wrestling. So wrestling is different from baseball because it's you.
Nobody else.
That's it. If you want to slack off during practice, you're going to get your ass beat at the duels or the tournament, whatever. If you want to be good, you're going to put the work in, and you're going to get... What you put in is what you're going to get out. So, like one of... I think it was my brother's friend, really good national state champ from Rosemead. And this is like one of the 3 quotes. So I know I had said, to be interesting, you got to be interested. And then the other one was be seen, not heard, which I think I have it on my Instagram thing. But like that just resonated. Like he told me that when I was in senior year. I wish I would have heard that sooner, because like I knew I was good, but I was good for our program. Like once we got out there, it's like, dude, you ain't shit. You'll get beat by a normal person from a good program. So like I was good, but then I didn't start taking wrestling seriously like my senior year, and I was a captain like sophomore, junior, and I was just good. I could beat everyone, or almost everyone in the room. I'd get to like a certain weight, because I was a lightweight, and then they beat me. Jerry, I know, the infamous head and arm. We do a round robin where you go up in weights, and then he would be the one that always takes me out, or Angel would sometimes get me. But yeah, dude, that's where I learned it. Like, be seen, not heard. Because I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm pretty good. It's like, my senior year, I was just like, dude, you're not that good. Like, shut your mouth, and if you want to be good, like, let people see that you're good. Don't talk about it. Like, be about it. So, like, that's what's always been in... When he told me that, I was just like, oh, like, it just freaking changed the way I thought about life. I was like, man, like, I'm not that good. Like, where's my results? Like, it's just me talking. That's it. I'm not good. I haven't won nothing. I never won league. And then every day I would just work hard. And my senior year, I had my best year. I wish I would have learned that my sophomore year to be even better. But whatever, I took it into life. So just that always... And then it's kind of like what you're saying, where it's like, all right, you know, you see me. Like, you don't hear me saying I'm a good employee. Like, you see me being a good employee. That's why everyone says I'm a good employee. Because I don't talk about it. I'm about my work. So, and then again, do you have your 3?
I do and I don't. Because I don't have a list. Because I have like a favorites. Like, okay. I go from like... Times change, so do my thoughts. So, I mean... I've had like a top 1. I'll say that one for last, just because it was going to be on my 3 anyways. But I guess let's start with 3 right now. Like in the last few months, is like with this project, with my life, with everything I've been doing. I just started working out, just like literally like a week ago. I just started dieting a little better. I've cut down on. For those of you listening, I'm addicted to soda. So people say you can't get addicted to it. I'm addicted to soda. I fucking love soda. I just said, okay.
I love cherry Coke.
Me too.
I love it. I love everything else I don't care about.
I love all of them.
I don't care about except cherry Coke.
And I said, okay, I'm not going to quit, because last time I quit soda, like I was honestly having like fucking headaches and shit, like withdrawals. So I'm like, okay, I don't drink that much, but I have like 1 soda a day. So I said, okay, I'm going to have, if I feel like I need a soda, I'm going to have a soda. Not a full thing, but just I got to cut it down. So, like, I did 4 days out of 7 last week where I had no soda. So, what I mean, my quote is, don't do tomorrow what you can do today. Because, like once I get... Today's too late. But I would get home and I'd be like, well, I'll just do the editing tomorrow. Well, I'll just do whatever. Well, I'll just do the workout tomorrow instead of tonight. And I'm just putting it off one day.
Have you ever heard the procrastination quote? I forgot who I heard it from. It's a funny one.
Procrastination is a masturbation. You're only fucking yourself.
Yeah. It feels good while you're doing it, but at the end you're just screwing yourself.
And so that's one that lately, it's
sorry,
not
kids, don't listen to it.
it's not one of the like my all-time favorites, but recently that's been one of my, hey dude, I'm working on my website, like making it better. And people have told me, hey dude, the website's way better, so it's already paying dividends. But I just like, I get home, dude, I want to chill. I've been working all day. It's been fucking hot lately out there. It's the desert. It's literally the desert. Like, it's fucking hot. I want to just sit back, relax, have a beer and a wine. And I'm like, no, Hector, you're not going to wake up early to do it. So you do it tonight. And I'll just do it. And it's a lot of behind the scenes work because it's not on the website yet. It's not published. Like, I have it saved, but it's not published. So that's been one of my good ones recently. Like, I'll tell myself, don't do tomorrow. Don't do tomorrow what you can do today. So that's been on my, I guess, like my top 3 right now. Number 2 would be the
top 8 on MySpace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2 would be the one I said on the Alex's. Like, you're not gonna one day your life's gonna blink your life's gonna flash in front of your eyes. Like, make sure it's worth watching. And I feel like I got complacent. I had success, and I don't say success like whatever. Like, I just mean like I was happy where I was with life. Like at 22, 23, and then I had like some hiccups, some bumps, and I came down. And I was just like, instead of being the person I always was and said like, this isn't good enough, I need to get back on my level, I found the excuses. Like, all right, it's
James
cool.
Wilson.
Yeah, like, dude, I don't have papers. I can't find a job that easily, so I'll just get a shitty job and I'll stay here for a little bit. Like, that's not me. I've always found something better, till like, okay, this is good enough. So I said, dude, like, everything, in life,
Ran a stop sign.
I'm going to make my life worth watching, because, like, all the people I'm talking to, like yourself, everybody has a great story. And I'm like, dude, my story's not that interesting. I'm like, it's just, I'm going to be somebody that I want to tell my daughter about, like, if I write a book, make people want to read it. Like, oh, dude, this guy's a badass. This guy did this. This guy did this. This guy had this obstacle and overcame it. He hit a roadblock and that was it. Like, so I said, okay, I'm going to make my life worth watching. Like, make myself worth listening to, because it's a humbling experience. Like, who the fuck wants to listen to me talk, dude? I'm a nobody. And then I tell myself that, like, dude, you're a nobody. Like, why would people want to listen to you? And so it's, it's humbling, like, you being sincere with myself. So I said, okay, I got to do things, not the right way, but do things better. I can't talk fitness and diet when you're this fat ass fool. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you telling me about this? I can't talk success if, like, dude, what the fuck? You lost your apartment. Well, I didn't lose my apartment, but I left my apartment. Now I'm 30 years old living at home, and every time, dude, that's nothing to be ashamed of in this age. I'm like, dude,
I wish I could live at home,
but
I hate paying rent.
but I had my own place, so it's like it's just a bump in the road. Like, I'm gonna start this now because it's accountability, like you said. I'm letting it. People are listening. Like, dude, you're living at home. Like, I had my own place for a few years, and I'm gonna get to that again. But I need to, like, put it out there and be like, okay, this is who I am right now. So that when you're listening 2 years from now, you could go on this journey with me. Like, see, if I can do it, this piece of shit that fucking has done terrible things in his life, but he's trying to be better. And you're not listening to every episode, right? I don't expect people to do that either. But if you could come along with that journey with me, you'll be able to be like, oh shit, like, this fool really did it.
Yeah.
I had my own business. I could talk to you about that, like the struggles and the failures, but right now it's not active. I'm done with that shit. But if I had my own business that was active, people would be like, "Oh shit, about?" Because people would tell me all the time, "How did you start? How did you do that?" Like, right now, nobody
do it.
Nobody wants to listen to me talk about that because they're like, "Dude, your business failed." Like, it didn't fail. Like, I shut it down on my own. But you get what I'm saying? Like, if I'm a healthier person living a better life, with, not say a business, but being more successful in the eyes of people or whatever, they'll be like, all right, this is somebody worth listening to. So that's why that's my, like, current number 2. And number 1, for a good while, I mean it more metaphorically than I do actually literally. Like, stop and smell the roses, man. I keep saying that over. Yeah. Like, just stop and just enjoy, not the roses, man, whatever it is. Like, go outside on a fucking warm day and enjoy the heat. Like, today was 105 when I left my house.
Do you know what? When you said that on the last, was it Alex's?
Alex's,
podcast?
Yeah.
This whole social media, like, on my social media, I think I post, like, very rarely. I probably Snapchat more, and it's just all my kids doing silly stuff. But, like, look, if you look at my Instagram, like, I really stopped because, Like, don't snap the moment, live the moment.
Yeah.
Like, when you go to concerts and they're like,
Yeah.
dude, enjoy it.
You're
That's
never
why
going to
you're
watch that
there.
video. They're doing it for the people at home sitting like, dude, no,
Yeah.
you're never going to sit there and watch that video. And I mean it, like, dude, sunny days wouldn't be special if it wasn't for rain. Like, enjoy the rain. Like, dude, fuck up. What's it called? I don't even know what they're called. An umbrella, dude. Enjoy the rain. Stand under that water. Go outside. It's fucking hot. Just enjoy the heat. Be like, dude, today was 105 when I left my house. This morning when I left my house, it was 105 degrees. And I was just like, nice. Hasn't been this hot in a while. Yeah, I'll be over it like in a week. But enjoy life. Like, just enjoy. Whatever it is, I don't care what you do. Be it golf, pool, I'm thinking the stuff that my homies do. Scuba diving. Whatever it is, enjoy it. Like, live your life. To the people listening, like, I don't know you guys yet. I'd love to get to know you guys. I'm getting to know, like, the listeners, that I don't know. People I generally don't know. And they're telling me, like, oh, dude, it's motivational. Alex's episode was motivational. Like, enjoy whatever it is you do, enjoy it. Life's not hurting nobody or doing anything wrong. Like, dude, enjoy it. Life is short, man. Oh, life is short. I'm fucking 30 years old. I remember being like, I'll never be that old, man. Now I watched that Simpsons episode. Somebody, George Vargas was like, do you watch The Simpsons? I hadn't in like fucking 6-7 years. It's on FXX, I think. And I saw that episode where, like, his dad's telling Homer, like, dude, one day you're gonna be old, and whatever's cool, forever, whatever's cool now is gonna be uncool, and what's uncool now is gonna be cool now. And he's like, I'm gonna be rocking forever,
it's
forever,
weird and scary, forever.
All these fucking young coworkers I have, they're all wearing high waters, and that's a cool thing to do. I got not bullied, but like high waters because my parents couldn't afford to buy me new pants, and now that's the trend. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah,
like I don't want to be cool. I just want to be me.
Yeah,
but enjoy your life. If that makes you happy, high waters makes you happy, like fucking wear high waters. But man, life is short. I'm 30 years old, and it's like, it's been a snap of fingers, dude. My daughter turns 4 in a few months, and I can't believe how fast it's gone.
Eli's 10.
Eli's 10.
I just had him last year. It feels like
it's
a blur.
So those are my 3. Just because right now, I'm sure, like, if you were to ask me next episode, they'd probably change. But those 3 have been like, I push myself. I'm very hard on myself lately. Like you said, I don't think I'm accountable because I have terrible discipline. But I'm just trying to be better. Like, okay, eat better, you fat fuck. Eat better. You're gonna start recording this. Like,
we're at the time.
Video recording.
Dude, you know what? Also, I thought about, like, what's kind of cool. And I know this is not your reason for doing it, but like, just, people pass away.
Yeah,
and that's now that we're getting older, like, everyone's starting to enter their 30s. It's like we're starting to see more and more people pass away that are young. Like, even people living the life in bad situations, dude. There's a lot of people we went to school with that are not here in their 20s, dude. Like, that's insane. And like, now it's just like, all we gotta do is take care of ourselves. So it's like, dude, we just gotta do better and eat better and just like be around for our kids. But like, just like what I was getting to was, dude, like, if I'm not here next year, God forbid, things happen, whatever. Like, my kids could come and listen to this.
Yeah. Like,
how was my dad? Like, I wish I could have a conversation with them. Like, this is literally just a conversation between me and you that someone can eavesdrop on. So like, if anything ever happens to me, my kids will have this. Thanks to you. Like, that, I don't know if you've ever thought about it like that, but that's one of the things that hit me. Like, dude, I
thought about it in a different way. Like, well, I mean,
Anthony Lopez.
Yeah.
His brother-in-law, rest in peace, Omar. I knew Omar from the mobile homes, and his brother Louis, his older brother, my brother's age, he just passed away, and like, he posted that, and I was just like blown away. Like he was at Anthony's wedding. He's always on his Snapchat, like, and he's gone. Like, that blew my mind. Like, dude,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
because I was actually messaging
his older sister's husband, and just
shit.
Dude, like, I made sure to reach out to him and be like, dude, hey, I know it sounds cheesy, but dude, I meant it. Like, hey, dude, the Mork family, like, if you need anything, like, I'm here, dude. We love you. Like, thanks for being our friend. Like, anything, like let us know. Hey, like, I'll keep you in my prayers. And again, religion, whatever, vibes. I think it's all the same thing, but a different language. A lot of it, like, religion is all the same shit, and it's just a little slightly different, altered. I think it's all one thing, but just everyone played telephone along the way. But yeah, dude, like, it blows my mind. Like, God forbid if I'm not here, hey, they have this to listen. Like, how was my dad? What would he want me to know? Like, what did he stand for? Like, I think I've covered all of it. I think
You're doing great.
I'm missing one quote that I haven't said.
Throw it out there.
And this is kind of like what you said for your dad. And I think one of the law enforcement friends, like, from Covina, like, he's seen, like, we're a young family, and he had a young family, and he, you know, it didn't work out for whatever reason. You know, law enforcement is very stressful, and sometimes the relationships don't work out. But he gave me the best advice. And he just said, never stop dating your wife. So I was just like, oh, man. Because, like, dude, you can take advantage of someone so easy. Like, oh, she'll wash the dishes. She'll cook. She'll clean. Like, she's going to take care of everything. Like, never stop dating your wife. Like, so your dad is still, like, I'm sure he still brings her flowers. Like, look at it. Flowers, dude. I try to bring her flowers any chance I get. Like, just never stop dating. Especially, like, in the social media. Like, freaking people trying to slide in the DMs all the time. Dude, just keep being that person. Keep being that person. So, like, true testament to your dad. I'm sure he does the little stuff still, like, when they were younger.
Yeah.
So, like, those are the three things, like, quotes for me. Probably right. It's probably going to change, just like you, but yeah, it's just good stuff. And, you know, that way, again, if anything, we have this. My kids can listen to this. It's dope. Super dope.
Thank you. I mean, I get asked, you know, why you do this? Why are you doing this? Why are you going to do this? And there's a lot of reasons. Now looking at it, like, I'm like, dude, I want to do this for so many reasons. Like, I saw Yasad actually, like, right after his episode dropped, like, a week after, at Progress. And he was like, bro, when we do number 2? And I'm like, that's what's up, you know? Like, that's that right there. Like,
Creeper, hey, that's what's up, eh?
Like, dude, this is cool. Like, I'm glad he enjoyed himself enough to want to do it again, you feel me? But, like, there's so many reasons why I want to do this now. This conversation, you know, so everything like this. Like, dude, I can't wait to get everybody that's been on so far, I want to get them back on again. But first, I want to get more people on just so they get to share their story. Yeah. You know? I want to get Rudy, Jerry. I've mentioned it. You'll hear it in Alberts.
Dude, and do if you need somewhere, you're always welcome here, dude.
Thank you.
I'm here with my kid, dude. I have a garage, I have the patio, whatever, dude.
And
I support you 100%.
But
110%.
I never thought about it like in that way. You know, I just thought, like, I wonder if, like, somebody would want to come on here. Like, you know, I had a friend that was terminally ill. Like, he got really bad cancer. And he was just like, I wasn't working with him anymore, but he was like, you know, you get that work friend.
Yeah.
There's always that one that you vibe with. Like, even there's like a little group, there's one that you fucking vibe with. Yeah. That was my dog. And so we, you know, I left that job, he left it, and I was working somewhere else. And people reached out to me like, hey, man, have you heard about so-and-so? And I said, nah, man. And they're like, I haven't heard from him in a while. You know, we shoot the text once in a while, but I haven't heard from him. And they let me know, you know, like, this is his last week. He's leaving because, you know, there's nothing they could do here. So they're flying him back home. He was from up north, Seattle. So they're flying him up north, you know, so he could have his last. They're going to do their best, whatever they can, but it's just
make his last days comfortable.
It's just they're going to do whatever they can, but this. And so we went. I told him, like, yo, bro, what's up? You know, like, I'm gonna stop by with some food. Let me know what you want. And I realized why he wasn't messaging me, right? Like, because as soon as we saw each other, we just hugged and cried. And so we just talked. We just talked like maybe an hour and a half. I don't want to take up too much of his time, right? Like, that's my dog, but I know he had stuff to do. And great friend, you know. My daughter had just been born, and he was asking to see pictures. He was like, bro, that's beautiful, dude. I can't wait to see her grow up. You know, he had that mentality, like, I can't wait to see her grow up, bro. Like, you're doing a great job, bro. Like, I see you on fucking... I don't post anything anymore, but I see you, right? He's like, oh, dude, just keep doing what you're doing, dude. Like, you have a beautiful princess. Like, don't ever stop fighting for her. And we just talked and talked and talked. And he gave me some great advice, you know, because homie shit. He told me, like, bro, I'm not going to make it. Like, I'm not stupid. And here I am. He goes, and here I am. But he goes, not up here, dude. I'm logical. I'm sorry for those listening. Like, you know, he pointed to his heart and said, in here I'm going to make it, you know, like, because he's giving it his all. But he pointed to his head, like his brain, saying, like, I'm not. You know, like, dude, this is bad. Like,
I don't remember the type of cancer he had, but the survival rate was less than 1%. And they caught it late, so it was less than 0.5%. And then it was already like, I don't know what it's called, like Stage 4.
Terminal.
And so it was like, he goes, dude, I was like, you know, I'm hugging him, fucking crying with him, telling him I'm so sorry. He goes, don't be sorry for me, man. I'm getting to say goodbye to everybody that I love and that loves me. Some people fight with their wife this morning and they go out and die, and the last memory they have is them fighting. He goes, I'm not going to go down like that. I'm going to get to say, I love you. Every person I say, their last words they're going to remember me by is I love you. And they're telling me I love you. He goes, when you leave, don't say anything else. Just tell me you love me. And, you know, it was just, I don't know if it's selfish of me to think like, I wish I could have recorded that. Because I wish I could have heard his voice one more time. You feel me? And like I told you, I'm not religious, man. Not anymore. I mean, that's a whole other conversation for another day. And that's one of the reasons why I'm becoming a better person. Because I realize we only have one life. And in my mind, I don't mean to disrespect to anybody listening or to you or anything like that. But in my mind, like, there is no afterlife. At least to me. So if I fuck up with somebody, or like I leave a bad taste, you know, like that's it. Like, I'm never going to be able to see my friend again and tell him I love him again, you know, because that's not what I think or I believe. So I would have loved to hear his voice one more time and tell me he loves me, and me hear him, you know, sorry for crying, but to tell him I love him too. And so I think, like, let's say I hope nobody, you know, and not anytime soon, but I lose somebody that I do a podcast with, I'll be able to go back and listen to it and at least hear their voice one last time, because I've lost 4 friends, and I wish, you know, that I could hear them say anything one last time. Like that quote says, it's a girly quote, but says, I wish heaven had a telephone. You know, because I tell myself one of the reasons I'm doing it, like the same thing. My daughter's going to get to hear me, you know, like, she'll be able. How am I going to tell my daughter, like, you know, when I die, mommy, that's it? Like, I'm not going to tell her that, obviously, because I don't believe in a heaven. I don't believe in a hell or an afterlife, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, how is she going to, how do I tell her? No, mija, like, you're going to, one day we'll be reunited. Like, if that's not what I believe. And I'm one of those people say, you shouldn't lie to children. And I'm not going to lie to her, because I'm not going to tell her, like, how old is she going to be when she asks me, like, what happens? You know, like, God forbid, I don't believe in God, but I'll still say that, because I don't know, you know, I'm human. I have different thoughts at different times. I say, what is she going to, she loses somebody. I hope not, you know, because I don't want her mom's family to lose anybody on there, so I don't want my family to lose anybody. But if somebody is gone, like, oh, when am I going to see them again, you know? Like, how am I going to break it down to her that, in my eyes, like, that was it? And so to be able to have this for her is, you know, that's why I kind of, one of the pushes that was like, dude, I'm a different person than when I was at 22, 23, 24. Even 2 years ago, a month ago, I'm not the same person. But she'll be able to see, like, my dad was trying. My dad was doing what he could. And so when I thought about, you know, like, this whole, like you said, like, your kids will be able to listen to it. That's how I thought about it. Like, I wish I could, you know, I don't want anybody to go through anything, but say 30, 40 years from now, some of us won't be here anymore. Maybe I'm not here anymore. I'll be able to play it again and just be like, dude, I remember that night. Whoever it may have been, you know, that was one of the ones that, I don't know, say I get a studio. That was my first one at the studio, or my third one. Or I remember that night because he was so excited because he just opened his business. Whatever, you know, just revisit those memories and just enjoy it, because, I mean, life isn't easy.
That's not fair.
That's not fair.
That's why I've been teaching my kids. Again, like, that's why I can leave this. And I mean, like, your daughter can listen to, like, I hope you do this forever. Whatever you want to go to, I know you're saying you want to parlay it into something, but just keep doing this. Just for fun. Just because you want to, and, like, you're leaving, like, a freaking, like, a diary of sorts. She can just listen back to. That's crazy. So, I don't know. You can dedicate this to your friend for sure.
Yeah.
Life's short, dude. We just gotta smell the roses.
Yeah.
Like you said, dude.
It's crazy. Damn. I didn't think we were going to get this real.
For real?
Yeah, it's just.
I know. Forget the golf stories. All that's just noise.
I'll go ahead.
No, that's. I don't think. I don't know, dude. I just that was good. That was good. That was real.
You want to wrap it up?
This is what it's about. Yeah, man. This is what it's about right now. And
this isn't a self-help podcast, but I'd like to give the listeners a little words of wisdom. I've had so many different types of people, and I will continue different types of people. But just give them some words of wisdom, some advice that, you had 3 great quotes, or you have a bunch of great stories, quotes. It's been real fun, Ozzie. It was nice catching up with you.
That was good to see you.
But,
I'll still invite you to our parties still.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Plenty of them.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that. It was fun when we came.
Yeah, for any time, dude. I'm telling you. You know where I live. I'm here for the majority of the time, all the time. So you're invited any time. And I don't know, man. Just like, I know you're not religious, and I never want to like impose it, but like, that 1%, like that 1% is where you have to have faith. And that's what religion is. It's faith. Yeah. Like, you have to go throw the logical, everything out there, and just sometimes you just have to have faith, and sometimes he'll be that 1%. So unfortunately, we dedicate this podcast to him for sure. Yeah, rest in peace, Fernie. Rest in peace, Adrian, Sonny, Juan, Stretch. Like, those are my boys, dude. Like, I'm not a crier. Like, up until I was like 25, I cried 3 times when those 3 guys passed away. Then the day my daughter was born, I cried like all night. Just happiness, but it was crying. Like, I don't cry. I'm not like a macho man, but I just don't cry. Not in my nature. And then I just cried and cried and cried because, you lost friends. And then with this last one, it was tough because full of life, dude. Like, I don't like comparing people to other people, but, one of those people that just brightens up a room, smile all the time, like could have the worst day at work and still be smiling. Like, dude, it's just another day at the office. Fucking got dumped and be like, she deserves better. Like, it was always like, he was always, dude. It was just, it's beautiful soul, man. That's good, man. I don't know. Like, just for me, again, I do believe in that. Yeah. I think you're going to see him again. And I think one of the times they come visit you, and I hope this, I don't know, maybe like, if you ever have a dream about him, they say like, hey, that's your friend coming to visit you. So I hope you have a dream about him soon to let you know he's proud of you, just like we all are. So, I don't know, words of wisdom. I don't know. I think I laid it all out, but, we have other stories maybe for another time. But I don't know, that 1%, there's always this logical side, but then you just had to have faith in something else. And, that sometimes it's God, good vibes, universe, whatever. Again, same thing, different language. I believe in it. Doesn't mean you have to. Doesn't mean everyone else has to. But I respect it, man. Yeah. I was religious for a long time, so I don't back it up, but I just kind of like, I respect it because I don't think people are dumb, like, for living the way that style. I just think, I don't know. We've all had different experiences, I was religious and left religion, so I know what it is to be religious. So I'm like, dude, I used to pray every night. I used to wake up, and the first thing I did was say like a thank you prayer for another day. So I know the life, and I know they have a bad rap, like you said, Christians, a lot of religions, but you're one of the good ones. There's a lot, but you lead by example. You don't lead by like, people don't know you're Christian. They know you as a good person that happens to be a Christian. Yeah, you get me? Yeah, and like, it's all faith. That's why it's called faith. You just, aside from logic, something happened. Like, why me? Why did I get to live? Whatever. It just, you had faith, and that 1% gets it. Like, there's no other reason. Like, dude, like legally or whatever, someone should not be making it this far, but yet they did. For whatever reason, faith, whatever, call it what you want, but yeah, that's it. Man. Sometimes you just gotta have faith, and when you're broken and crying out, and things start getting better. It's not the good times and the bad time. You just gotta have faith in that. That's it. It'll pull you through. I've been through some shitty ass times. So that helped me. If it does or does not, hey, I'm still a good person leading by example. I don't have to, say like, hey, this is the way I live my life and this is the way you have to live your life. Just, hey, I have faith. God will take care of me. you know, they give me a good family, a good wife. I'm very grateful. So that's it. Sometimes, again, I guess that's it. Just gotta have faith. Sometimes everything's gonna be all right, and things get better, and certain people are in your life for a reason, to teach you things, and you know, you will see them again, and I believe that.
I appreciate you, Ozzie. You're a great soul as well. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? Yeah. Little good episode. I really enjoyed that one. Make sure to follow Ozzie's business page on Instagram. You could find it by looking up Turn 2, as in the number 2, but not spelled out the actual number. Turn 2 Woodworks. You can follow the podcast on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube by looking up the Cool Kids Table Podcast. And on Twitter, it's under the Cool Kids Pod. The official website for the podcast is thecoolkidstablepodcast.com. Thanks for listening. See you next time.